Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, today the League of Ordinary Gentlemen proudly bring to you the Fantasy Football 5. Introducing Boss the Wall Bryan Roberts.
Yay.
Quick Wit Slow Feet Ryan Robertson.
Yay.
Coach Jay Crew.
Stay.
Baba Booey Andrew Renzo, who's not with us.
Nay.
And JT the commish.
Yay.
I'm a little quick on the draw today. No, I'm a little not quick on the draw. I'm slow on the draw. I
can see where you would be confused.
I got super glue all over my fingers. So
Super glue. Sure.
You ever wondered what it would feel like?
You thought it was Luke, but
You ever wondered what it would feel like?
Wait a minute. Say this in a very country Louisiana voice.
Figure it out. If Ryan Reynolds was a...
Ron Reynolds ain't from Louisiana, though. He's from Canada. We already talked about this.
We adopted him, though, Brian said.
I ain't got a good one.
All right, anyway, go on with you.
You ever wondered what an 80-year-old's fingers would feel like?
No.
Never.
It feels like this, man. It feels like this.
Her name was Therma.
I got an 80-year-old feeling finger.
soulmate.
I got a 70-year-old feeling finger. I got a couple 31s, and I got one that's like 20. You feel the 20? It's smooth, man. It's smooth.
Felt a 20-year-old last night.
Just so you know.
Guy.
His name was Thomas.
It was magic.
Why'd you throw your finger right after that?
I can't tell you what we did. Just know the sentence.
You sure you got the right hole?
Do we need to restart this whole podcast?
For what?
Wow.
Okay. All right. No, good.
All right, what we got, Ryan?
Oh, I saw Aaron Bowles this morning.
Did you where?
Yeah. I saw the GM this morning.
The general manager.
Where'd you see?
Where was he?
At Lowe's.
What y'all doing?
Shopping at Lowe's.
Buying stones.
What was you buying?
I was buying stones. He was getting mulch.
Okay. Sounds like a good Saturday.
Man was having a great Saturday.
What Lowe's you go to?
Southbound.
LBG.
Is there a Bed Bath Beyond up there?
No.
What you need?
I'm just saying. I was thinking about good
A
Saturday.
couple throw pillows.
I was thinking about good Saturday.
Yeah, Bed Bath Beyond's a good Saturday for you? We need to have
I don't know
ourselves a
if I have enough
conversation
time.
when we're done with this.
Gotta go to Home Depot get some wallpaper.
And a podcast.
Wallpaper's coming back.
I hope not.
It is.
On the ceiling.
Yeah.
Seen that.
I told you about I've got popcorn ceiling on the walls in my closet. Now I have still figured out why.
I'm a big fan of popcorn ceilings.
Hate a popcorn ceiling. You know what I hate more
That's
than
why I
popcorn
like it,
ceiling?
because everybody
Take
hates
it down a popcorn ceiling.
That
It's not fun.
sucks.
It's not fun.
Well, it's even better when I'm the sprayer and Brian's just sitting there scooping it and it just keeps falling on him. He's like,
But I'm
just wipe it off my face. I'll keep going.
We started out that first night. All we did was put in a Windex bottle. And Jake would go, and then we would scream.
Why was he making that noise with his mouth?
I don't know, but then he would actually spray it. and then we would, and so it's like 2 hours. We had pretty much done like
That's true.
5
square foot section. And I said, "Don, let's go to Lowe's for some weed." And we got one of the weed killer spray.
Yeah. I've used those.
Buddy, we was rolling after that.
I'd bump it and just see right there behind him just spraying it.
I mean, we were going because I can just walk it.
I got a
Stuff.
steamer.
Yeah,
I
true.
got a steamer at the house. I had to do the house.
Man, fuck you. This was 3 years ago. 4 years ago.
I got
Sorry.
I got it 4 years ago, so I might not have had it at this time.
So
you
how long have you had
just
the
got-
steamer?
When I moved into my house, like 6 months after moving to my house, so
Oh.
maybe fall of 2017.
Well, we got to take inventory on power tools and accessories that we
No,
have.
it's just
Yes,
how
buddy.
much.
You take down a popcorn ceiling, you'll know.
I ain't going to because I like popcorn ceilings. You know why?
Because everybody hates them.
Everybody hates them. Plus, I don't want to take it down.
Everybody
So I just
loves the
learned to
Dark
accept
Knight.
it.
So what's your stance on that?
Everybody's right for once.
Smartphones are
Deadpool's
stupid.
middle of the road.
Dark Knight ruined us being able to go to midnight premieres.
Nah, dude. Smartphones are actually pretty smart because I got the super glue on my hands and it's not registering my finger. It's not registering my finger because it knows it's not my finger.
This is an 80-year-old person.
Yes, man.
Buddy, when he goes on a little bit, he's going to have himself a time.
It's on my left hand.
Buddy's going.
You're not having extras?
What about amphibious?
Break your right hand, you will be.
Haha.
Took me 3 days
To break your hand or to figure out how to use the other one?
to get the other one to work right.
Look at him. He's a natural.
I am.
Putting that coffee up to his mouth.
A stranger.
I couldn't do this. Let's talk football.
What we got, Ryan?
Come on.
What we got?
Week 6 matchup review.
All right, let's get into it. What was our first matchup from last week?
JT versus Broach.
JT versus Broach. All right. Cult of Personality now sitting at 2-4 versus Team Mike Williams, Jay Broach. The original projection was 116 to 122, and Cult of Personality pulled out his second victory of the year with 133 to 96.
I tell you what, did listen to the podcast from last week. Mr. Speary, fantastic work.
Dynamite drop-ins.
Fantastic
That was
work.
good job by him. Well,
Other thoughts?
Do you want to say anything to anyone else at this table right now? Maybe, possibly.
Yeah, I made a good decision putting Jalen Waddle in.
Yeah, you did.
That
Waddle,
was a
waddle.
really good decision by you.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The whole time I was like, man, they want me to start Kenyon Drake.
Which also wouldn't have been a bad choice.
I know, but good thing
Well, I
chose
wanted you to
Jalen
start
Waddle
him
over.
where you had Miles Sanders at.
Man, well, hold on now.
What's he
Miles
gonna
Sanders,
say? What's he going to say when he gets to that one?
We'll figure it out.
All right.
I just have a sneaky suspicion that at some point they got to give him more than like 6 carries.
Yeah.
So I'm going to keep rolling with him until it doesn't work anymore.
Do y'all have any
Hold on a
bold
second, fella.
predictions from that?
Let's hear it.
Miles Sanders for Allen Robinson?
Nah, I don't want another struggling player.
But you would be getting rid of one for another.
No, I don't want a different headache.
We did
That's
this
like-
last year, and it worked out for you when Marquise Brown went off in the last second half of the season.
Yeah, but I was out of the playoffs. Ryan, trading Miles Sanders for Allen Robinson would be like trading a
An
toothache.
exchange of a turd for a turd.
It'd be
Or a
like
broken
trading a
finger.
toothache for a broken right hand.
If you would be
You're gonna have
trading-
problems
You
no
wait a
matter
minute,
what.
Tucker.
If you
I've
be
had
trading
both.
Ron Reynolds movies.
I'd take a toothache any day of the week.
trade Ryan Reynolds movies.
All right, what's on the ledger?
I don't know. You make the trade. You're the one that's doing the analogy. I was trying to put him.
All right, I would
Everybody
trade one middle of the road.
Just a heads up, I can already tell you this is going to probably be about a 2.5 hour podcast, so you can really skip through the first
It'll be like 5 minutes longer than last week then.
20
Okay.
minutes.
Sorry about that. Good timestamps.
Very much sorry.
All right, look at Broach's. Let's look
Oh,
at
that's
Broach's
not me.
thing.
That's
Let's look
not
at
me.
Broach's thing.
It's not me. Somebody's going to have to do it. I screwed up tremendously last time.
All right, so Kirk Cousins led the way for him with 34. Mike Gesicki was the second leading scorer with 15, and then Cincinnati's defense with 11. That was his only, along with Robert Woods, he had 4 double-digit, Latin single digits, including Mike Williams, who his team is named after. Do you think he's changed his team name after? If Mike Williams has another bad performance, you think he changes
Mike
his
Williams
team?
isn't playing this week, so
I think he changed his team
Is he
name
out?
then.
Yeah,
No, it's fine. That's good for him because he was kind of banged up, right? He was questionable.
Nobody saw Baltimore doing that to the Chargers.
Tell you this,
Ryan did.
Ron did. Ron wasn't happy.
He
about
said
it.
Nobody
he said,
cares about what
he
Ryan
said
thinks.
Baltimore plays them well.
Baltimore plays them well. The Chargers get killed by running backs and tight ends.
That's what Maryland does.
Ryan said it. I remember.
it's a
It
bad
actually
day
worked
through
out.
the air
Yeah, it was.
because
That
Mike
foggy,
Williams didn't have
heavy
any
rain.
rain.
Baltimore
defense
parts of the
didn't like it
country.
on the entire offense. The entire offense was
I
terrible.
think even Keenan Allen had like 7, right?
The entire offense was.
Were
I
there
don't think
any-
anybody did well besides I think Jared Cook scored a touchdown.
Were there any bold predictions for that game?
We don't do bowl predictions yet.
I'm just wondering.
I don't know if we did or not. I think we might have had.
I mean, start him, sit him, advice, but that was about it.
Nope, not for that game.
Hawkinson kind of returned. Did you feel better about that? Because
Yeah, had 8 receptions, 74 yards. I felt pretty good.
I always
he
like seeing a
struggled.
tight end get over 10
Scorp
without a
said
touchdown.
Hawkinson would get 100 yards and a touchdown.
Nah, not quite.
That didn't happen.
Nah, not quite.
Just do it.
Antonio Gibson for Broach. So
That's
we
what
talked
I
about
thought.
Antonio Gibson having a stress fracture.
Yeah.
Now he is questionable going into this week, but it looked like it definitely played a toll or took a toll on him against KC.
You said Antonio Gibson would have 100 yards and 2 touchdowns also.
Yeah,
That
I
didn't
did.
happen.
Because I thought, well, it's playing me, so man, he might have his best game of the year.
He didn't.
He did.
Reverse psychology.
So you won.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, you like that?
About losing.
I'll do it again too.
You know, realistically, DJ Moore probably should have had about 30 points.
Man, they said that Carolina only had 6 drops.
No, there's no way.
Dude, it's double digits, man.
I saw 6 in one drive.
Yeah.
Robbie Anderson had 6 in the first quarter.
They said that
How many
Robbie
McCaffrey
Anderson.
had?
None. He didn't drop a single
That's
pass.
I'm right, he did.
That's
And,
cold.
He didn't drop
That's
any passes.
cold.
Rule dropped the pass. Right on the sideline.
Yeah, he did.
Right on the sideline.
He tried to catch it against his body. You can't do that, Matt.
Well, that's the thing. They're all upset saying, no, we got to run the ball. You didn't have to. The guys were wide open. Sam Darnold actually was throwing good passes for the majority of the game. They just could not catch anything.
They can't get enough time
There's
to throw
no
downfield.
way COVID would have had any success inside Bank of America Stadium last week. 'cause
Nobody
nobody
would
was
call
catching a thing.
I see what you're doing there.
I appreciate you made an
Hey,
old
hey, do it again. Do it again.
common
Do
cold
it again.
joke and you made it COVID. I like that. That's relevant.
What?
I like it.
You took a cold joke
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you made it as a COVID
yeah,
joke.
yeah. Modernizing.
2021,
Yeah,
fella.
I'm with you.
Now you want to nail it.
All right. Anyway,
Back to you, Bob.
Going on to my team real quick. Just kind of like, other than Jalen Waddle and Arizona's
Waddle.
defense, everybody was kind of right around the projection. And that's about all there is to say about that.
I didn't think Jacobs was going to have that good of a game against Denver. I really didn't.
They,
I didn't see them at all having a good game.
He and Kenyon Drake had a pretty good game. Kenyon Drake had 20.3. Josh Jacobs had 14.7.
And Julio is going to
Julio,
be out for a while.
no, he's questionable for this week. We can talk about that in a little bit. But he came out of the game, fourth quarter
Yeah.
with a hamstring, which that's what kept him out the past 2 weeks. So it's kind of a situation to continue to monitor.
All right. We'll go ahead and do bold predictions as we go to the matchups.
All right,
As
cool.
they're written down. Scorp said that Mahomes was going to obliterate the WFT for 40-plus fantasy points.
26.
He didn't do that. But he did fine.
Yeah, it was a good game.
Man, everybody keeps talking about Mahomes like being trash now. Like these analysts, these commentators,
Yeah.
and I don't get it.
The reason why is because he never threw interceptions. He threw like 4 or 5 interceptions a season. I think they said he'd thrown 15.
He threw
15
6
picks in his
last year.
He was 15 picks in his last
He's
15
got 8
games.
this year. 4 of them are like off receiver
Passes off,
hands.
yeah.
Right.
And so, I mean,
But still, like that's,
I know
I
they're
think that's
interceptions.
why they're saying it, is because he used to make these crazy throws and they always worked. Now he's trying to do them and he's trying to take risks, and some of them are getting picked off now.
somebody on NFL Network ranked their like top 5 quarterbacks, and Mahomes wasn't on his top 5 quarterbacks.
Well, he's-
I'm just like, dude, come
he's-
on now.
That's
That's
If
getting
you
pretty
ask
crazy.
any GM
It's his
which
brother's
quarterback they want right now,
His family's crazy.
Yeah, his wife and his brother
And
are
his mom.
insane.
man,
And his mom.
his brother really
Hey.
screwed up.
His wife didn't
Well,
have anything
yeah,
to do with him
he's-
being born, and neither did his brother. You
Hey,
got to
go
give
ahead
her
and
some
say it. He's
kind
one
of
of
credit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Some kind of DNA credit.
Maybe. And they're
Chappelle
awesome.
might like this episode.
He's got a lot of
Chappelle's going to
scratches.
definitely.
Chappelle Show, anti-trend.
You know, everybody talks about how good Buffalo's defense has been this year. Arizona's has been equally, if not better.
Yeah, Arizona's been pretty good, man. At least from a fantasy perspective, they've scored double digits every week.
But
with 2
week
in the
2,
20s, except for week 2 against
Yep.
Minnesota.
And they didn't have Chandler Jones this past game, who
Yeah.
had like 7 sacks week 1.
Yeah, they still had 5 sacks this past week against Cleveland. Cleveland was banged up a little bit, though.
Not as banged up as they were this week.
Yeah, they look good. We'll talk about that in a few. All right, so Cult of
Jesus
Personality moves up from 9th to 8th at 2 and 4.
Moving on up.
Stop,
And
man.
Team Mike Williams is in 6th at 3 and 3. All right, what's our next matchup, Ryan?
Andrew Rightmyer.
Andrew Rightmyer.
All right.
So one of our teams in this matchup has an emoticon for a team name, and the other is a team without no name. Y'all see that?
I get it. Even though he has one, it just doesn't pop up.
It just says Steve.
Well, on here, it's a wheelchair
Oh,
man.
it's a crying face. Is that a crying face or is that with a mustache?
No, it looks like
Like
Groucho
this
Marx.
Oh, on mine it doesn't have that.
Yeah, it's
On,
blank.
like looking on here, it doesn't have that at all. It
What's
just
that?
says blank. So I
It
thought was
does
a man
look
with
like
no
Groucho
name.
Marx.
Groucho Marx.
Thick eyebrows, thick
and-
mustache, and glasses.
All right, so the original
And Hot Wheels.
projection was 122 to 136 in favor of Rightmyer. Rightmyer freaking blew it out of the water, scoring 153 points.
CD Lane.
2 Rams Diddy 76.
What do you have, like 150 and 2 touches? CD Lamb went
Who's
all
CD?
Yeah,
They're
They're
149, 2
investigating those 2
touchdowns.
touches.
And last week we talked about who would you
Wow.
rather. We brought that up. Who would you rather have, CeeDee Lamb or Antonio Brown? I said Antonio Brown, and then Antonio Brown's gonna miss this week. CeeDee Lamb just goes off last week.
I think I said CD, but I can't remember.
I can't remember. Did you write it down?
No.
Well,
Well,
everything has to be written down.
if you don't write it down, Ron, how will we know?
The big news for Rightmyer's team is that he finally feels like he's got a tight end that he can play every week.
Yep.
And
Not-
Knox, I think, broke his hand.
He's out for at least 3 weeks.
Expected to miss 3 weeks.
Which I think they're on bye this week, right? So it's
Yeah,
only
this
2
week's bye
games.
week.
The search
The
continues.
switch does continue.
Poor Rightmyer.
It's like poor Rightmyer.
What else am I supposed to say?
James Robinson
He
looked
won.
pretty good in London last week.
Yes, sir.
Had him 17. Aaron
London
Jones
gentleman.
looked good. Had 19.
Jones, Tyler
Stephon
Lockett.
Diggs had 19.
Lockett's going to struggle.
Who else
with
had
that.
19? Nobody.
Nobody on this.
Okay.
Los Angeles Rams defense against the Giants. They had 21. He had a pretty good week all the way around, other than Lockett, Knox, who again got banged
And
up.
who
in
was
that
in
game,
his
and T.
flex,
Higgins.
Brian? Thank you.
T. Higgins.
Oh, thank you for carrying that last week.
He got you. I got you.
He's got you.
I appreciate that.
He's got you.
I would have been sad.
Mm-hmm. Sad face.
Joe Burrow looked good too. So he had a good week all the way around, putting up 150, 153.
Shit.
Let's see. Any bold predictions on that one? Group said Kareem Hunt 16 fantasy points. JT and Ryan were under, and Jake and Scorp were over.
9.3.
Under.
Boom.
Look at there. Nailed it.
Boom.
Kareem Hunt on IR.
Calf looked pretty serious.
Yeah, and then Kareem Hunt might have just got some of his touches taken away when he does come back.
Dearness
Johnson.
Dearnest.
Good.
Dearness.
Dearness. Tony, kind of a little bit of a surprise. Spent a lot of fab on him.
He got hurt what?
He got hurt in the first drive, but he had 3 catches for 36 yards in the first drive, and then he got hurt. Dude, I want him, man. I freaking want that dude.
Still want him?
Yes.
Do you think he'll like
I don't
your
care if
old
he misses a week.
people hands?
I think he's
Huh?
somewhere.
Do you think he'll like your old people hands?
Nah, I don't. I think he's got young hands.
Which finger would he like? The 21-year-old finger, the 30-year-old finger?
I don't take your little
I ain't touching your hand
Take
anymore.
my strong hand.
He like that. He like
That's
that.
good. That's
He
good.
like that.
It'd be a good time to pick up Sterling Shepard.
I drafted him.
Is Sterling Shepard?
I
Is
thought somebody
Sterling
had him.
Shepard roster?
No, yes, he is. I picked him up after y'all.
So how would it be a good time to pick him up? Or are you just patting yourself on the back?
Absolutely.
How'd it feel?
Good. Like a dick, everybody else.
Rand City's team had 2 players in double digits, with one being Aaron Rodgers putting up 27, and then the other being Odell Beckham Jr. putting up 10.4. The rest of them below 10.
Yeah,
Kareem Hunt exited early. Kadarius Toney exited early. It just wasn't we talked about it last week. Just wasn't a Godwin game for Tampa Bay.
Hollywood.
Has Godwin had a Godwin game?
Yeah, he had
Yeah,
a
he's
Godwin
had a couple.
game.
Week
He had
1
a
or
Godwin
2,
game.
he had a
Week
decent game.
one,
Week 1 and week.
Week 1, 2, and 3 are all pretty good.
Yeah, that's just hard to forecast who's going to get the touches that
So
way.
many mouths to feed.
Yeah, but with Antonio Brown out, with Gronk out,
It's going to be Leonard Fournette, hopefully.
it could be. Miles Gaskin, he had a kind of a little resurgence.
He had 2 receiving touchdowns last week. It wasn't a resurgence. He got lucky.
Oh, maybe.
He
But
got
he had
lucky.
2.4 in
They
the
got a
line.
like
And then Darren Waller just hasn't.
biggest disappointment in fantasy this year.
Darren Waller?
Allen Robinson.
I wouldn't say Darren Waller. Because Darren Waller's at least been around 8.5, 9.
He had
Not
Kelsey
what-
comparisons.
Yeah. Some people said, is he ready to take over Kelsey? Like,
Yep.
Who asked that?
Bleacher Report and everyone was
Bleacher
like,
Report's
oh,
stupid.
The only ones I saw were Waller.
The Fantasy
Waller's
Football
past
5 is the
Kittle
only ones you need
now.
to listen to.
Well, I think that
Because
is.
it used to be Kelsey and Kittle, and then they're like, well, now is Waller past Kittle, and everybody was.
He's
leaning
doing. He's
Waller.
When you're
Waller's
supposed
doing
to
better
be-
than Kittle.
When you're supposed to be the number 2 tight end in football, you got to pretty much.
Let's look this up real quick.
Look at
Because now you got me curious. Who is the number 2 tight end?
Did you do
It
what I
might
did
be
earlier?
Dawson Knox.
It might
know
be
what I did
Dawson
earlier.
Knox.
It might be Dawson Knox.
It might be Dawson Knox.
Jake, what say you?
It might be Dawson.
It might be Dawson Knox.
It really might be.
Oh,
All right, you ready? You ready?
Who's number 1?
Oh, but that's bullcrap.
Who's
Who's
number 1?
Who you think?
Where's the beef?
We just know, they don't know. Well, they do because they can see it.
They're
We
seeing
can't.
it.
Travis Kelsey is number 1.
Okay, we
All
we got to play the game.
Number 2, you can get number 2.
Is it Dawson Knox?
No, he's number 3.
It might not be Dawson Knox.
But it might be.
It might
Number
be
3.
Dawson Knox.
It makes sense once you hear it. You'll be like, oh yeah, duh.
T.J. Hawkinson.
Nah, man.
He's got. Well, he had.
He's
come
like
down
7.
weeks. Yeah.
Goddard.
Goddard?
No.
Nah, he's not top 10. He's like maybe 20.
Could it be?
He also
Waller?
missed a game.
Could it be Waller?
Is it Waller? It ain't Waller. No,
Waller
there's no way it's
is 6.
Waller.
He sucks.
Oh, Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews number 2.
Ah.
Again, that makes sense because Mark
Mark
Andrews.
I started thinking he's been.
But it
going
might
off.
be Dawson Knox.
Darson, I already told you.
Should he?
3.
Hey, what about 3? Could it be Dawson Knox?
There's a
All right,
number
finish,
3.
finish off top 5.
Gronk's probably still up there. He got 4 touchdowns.
He's
for
like
2
10.
weeks.
That's insane.
Finish
That's
off top
week
5.
3.
Darren Waller was 5 going into Thursday night. I'll tell you that. So no offense, 5 now. So who's number 4?
TJ?
I already said he's 7, man.
Nah, man's like in his 20s.
Could be TJ.
Is it TJ Hawkinson? It might be TJ
All right.
Hawkinson.
Gasecki.
No, Gesicki is 8.
I don't know.
He gives up.
You ain't got to be a dick about it.
I haven't given up yet.
Ryan's about to give up. Jake?
I'm pondering.
All right, man. Well, y'all keep pondering. I'm going back to the map.
Tommy Tremble.
What's
We
he got,
wish.
like 30
No.
catches, one
Okay.
touchdown? Nah, he's like on page 2.
Jared Cook.
I ain't even looking at Jerry Cook's name up.
Who is it?
You give up?
Never.
You give up?
Never say die.
I'm gonna wait till Ryan gives up.
I ain't giving it,
All
though.
right, y'all keep thinking on
TJ
on-
Uzama.
Nope.
CJ Uzama.
Nope.
Give me who's your mama?
I want to see their benches real quick. Cole Beasley had a good game on Rightmyer's bench. He had 18.3.
Yeah, he was being
Rightmyer
targeted
could
a
have had
lot.
an even bigger week. He could have put up. You put him in instead
Sound like a horsey.
of Tee-hee. You put him in over Tee-hee, and he has right around 180. So that's a big week.
Yeah, but I don't blame him putting Higgins in.
No, I don't blame him either. But Cole Beasley did look good. He had a touchdown. There really wasn't much going on Andrew's bench either. He had Chicago with 6. That would have been better than Cleveland, but that's about it. So Rams Diddy drops to 9th place in 2-4, and Rightmyer picks up his first win, 1-5.
Hey!
Welcome to the show.
10.
In week 6?
Week 6.
Isn't that when Michael got his first win?
I think it was.
There we go.
It's right around that.
I'm
man.
just saying.
Is it Dalton Schultz?
It is Dalton.
Hey!
Tuesday. Yeah, Dalton Schultz been good, man. Dalton Schultz been real good.
Told you it could have been him or Dawson Knox.
All right, what's our
It
third,
might be
what's our
Dawson
third
Knox.
matchup?
Dawson Knox versus Jake versus Broach.
Jake v. Jake
Michael.
v. Michael. Are you reading this thing right?
Jake v. Michael. I was on my bold predictions page.
All right, so we just said
God damn,
Rightmyer-
Jake. I didn't look
Rightmyer had a good
look
week.
at you after a while.
Well, then you look at Jake's team putting up 188.
Oh,
Original projection 133 to 111. Wins by 84 points.
Did the devil give you at least 10 years? It's like he sold a soul to win a week, huh?
Oh, okay. I didn't know where we was going with that.
Georgia.
Georgia?
Jamaica. Stafford Cup looked good.
Yes.
Thoughts?
I think he had like 12 or 13 targets.
Bold prediction. Do y'all remember that one?
Yeah, Scorp said Stafford Cup. What did he?
60 plus.
60 plus. Right over.
Yep.
62.
Yep.
So right over. Hit that one.
And mine wasn't near as impressive, but I think I said my 3 running backs would go over 60 points.
You
Averaging
said Taylor and Mixon would go over 40 together.
That's correct.
Yep.
51.
Yeah.
Which, by the way,
52.1.
I'll do decimals.
I know
man.
Carson Wentz has been
It's
playing
easier
better,
that way.
but I'm watching fantasy and keeping up just like everyone else. And I'm like, man, why is Taylor not getting any points for me? And I look, and he had 2 rushes at halftime. 2.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing?
Saving.
Yeah, well, then he comes out in the second half, and it's literally like first carry, 84 yards. Think he got tackled right around the goal line. 2 plays later, he took it in. And I'm sitting there like, well, yeah, that makes a more productive offense. Right there.
Seems to be a good strategy.
What did he end up finishing with?
28.
145 yards, 2 touchdowns,
Yeah.
13 receiving yards.
Something around there.
I just off the top of my head.
And
I was just remembering.
Yep.
Cortland Sutton looked good. Emmanuel Sanders looked good, who you just traded for, with 5 receptions, 91 yards.
Well, I switched that last minute because Brown on Sunday got a questionable attached to him.
Yeah,
Stupid
Chipotle,
Chipotle.
dude, I'll do it to you.
Yep.
That's why Barbaritos is better.
Absolutely.
Saying it for years.
I think I've had Barbaritos twice, and I think I've had
A lot of
Chipotle
rum comes
twice.
there.
AJ Brown still looked pretty good, though, with 12.6.
No, it was still good.
So, I mean, you lose a point there. You mad?
No, because I mean the other person I was contemplating was Marvin Jones Jr.
Contemplating so.
But Jacksonville was kind of
Lost 8 points. You mad?
yeah, no.
Could put up 196.
I know.
You'd have beat me.
Whoa.
You could put up 196, Jake.
I don't remember what mine was a couple weeks ago against the Rightmyer.
When's the last time somebody eclipsed 200? Is that when you botched the
I think it was Ryan in the
bonus
playoffs.
points?
That might have
Maybe.
been when like, instead of getting 15 bonus points, you got 5 plus 10 plus 15.
It made sense the way I looked at it, man.
I get
Except
it.
for Andrew getting
It made
70
sense.
on
San Francisco's defense.
And then with the missed field goals, you got points.
Yeah.
yeah, that was also a bad
Yeah,
one.
dude, I picked up Nick Folk, and I was racking up points.
Anybody that plays for the
Y'all
Chargers,
just keep worrying about making them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, losers.
it wasn't even like you needed to get people that were missing them. Like, just get people that kick all the time because you were getting points every time they were
Yeah,
on the
Janikowski. Oh man, he missed a 60-yarder, 6 points.
Then there was that time you botched the draft.
I wasn't a botch.
He did it on purpose. That's the reason why he won.
Self-collusion.
Self-collusion.
I don't know if you collude yourself. Well, I guess you can.
Can when you're
I've
the
seen worse.
commissioner.
So I see the super glue remnants over there.
I do, man. I got super glue all over my hands.
Self-collusion. Self-collusion, if you will.
I saw what you did there.
Looking at Michael's
watching
team. So we said last Saturday, how is Michael not starting Lamar Jackson after that huge game he just had against Indianapolis?
Mm-hmm.
And he started Jalen Hurts. And we said, yeah, 27's good, but like, dang, man.
Jalen Hurts is the most consistent fantasy football player.
He might be, man. Michael knew something that we didn't because Lamar Jackson put up his worst game of the year with 13.7.
With this biggest win of the year.
Yeah, biggest one of the year.
Well,
Worst fantasy
It's
game of the year.
insane that you put up 13 points in a 34-6 win.
Against two teams with only one loss.
Right.
Seriously. Jalen Hurts had 27. That led the way for Michael. And then you got AB, who, again, had a good game. We talked about him on Saturday morning last week because he had a Thursday night game. Devontae Adams, 10. Chuba Hubbard had 13. Zach Ertz with 10. That's his double-digit scores right there.
Can we pour one out for Naeem Hines? Because I think he dropped him now.
Is Naeem Hines available?
He did
I
drop
think he is. I put
How much fab you put
$34
down?
bid on him again. See if
That's
round
right.
2 is going to work out any better.
He had T.Y. Hilton on his bench, which could have – it really wouldn't have made much of a difference. He picked up like an extra point or two over Robbie Anderson and Jacoby Myers. Jacoby Myers, look, I said Jacoby Myers was going to have a touchdown.
I said
and
that
he
week.
did have a touchdown, and it got called back,
Yeah.
man.
Well, they didn't have a touchdown.
So you were
Wrong! For a second, he thought he did, though. He was
Mama's
celebrating.
wrong again.
He was celebrating.
No,
And then he
No,
found
goodness.
out. I kind of felt bad for him. I more so felt bad for me.
When I called it, he got tackled at the 1, and when you called it,
he got
touchdown
Indians.
didn't count.
Well,
All right, go and put it down for this week.
Already
Jacoby
got
Myers
it.
gets
Already
his
wrote
first
it down.
touchdown.
Already wrote it down.
For you or me?
For me.
Put it down for me, too.
I hadn't written it down yet.
Okay, put it down for me, too.
It'd been cool. if
and
you
Michael, you could have had a trade
I
for
coulda
Joe
lied.
Mixon, but you wouldn't do it.
What was the trade?
Well, I was offering Joe Mixon, and basically he wanted a receiver in return for Devontae Adams, but the receiver he all wanted was Cup, so he wanted Cup and Mixon for Devontae,
did. Cool.
and I couldn't pull the trigger on that.
He wanted both of those for just Devontae?
Yeah, well, I think he was going to give me like one of his running backs, but no offense, didn't.
But Cup's been just as good
No
as
offense.
Devontae.
He
Yes,
doesn't
that's
have
why-
to.
Yeah, he doesn't have no.
I try to work it where if he wanted to take any receiver other than Cup and Joe Mixon for Devontae, we could have done that. But Michael said he couldn't pull the trigger on
There
that.
was
said there
no
was no
So that's
way.
what-
No way.
That's why me and Scorp made the trade that we made.
These two, man, they have a good time together.
Robbie Anderson probably should have had 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, Robbie Anderson could have had a much
Hey,
bigger day.
if you did points on drops, Robbie Anderson might be the most valuable receiver to have.
Pick it up, Ted, again.
Weren't
And
two
Bill's
of
not
them in
gonna
the
He's out
end
of the
zone?
league.
He dropped 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Dude, like he's dropping, like he's hitting his face mask, man.
Yeah. He
Like,
dropped
he was
one where he could have gained probably
He should
40
use his
off of it.
hands.
Yeah,
Only guy that was going to catch
the
was
crosser
safety.
in the middle. Yeah, he was gone.
Like, he wasn't getting targeted much. First like
What was-
3-4 weeks of the season, and then he gets some targets, and then that happens.
They went to the sideline reporter before the game, and she said, "I've never seen this Panthers team so excited."
Was
And
she
they
blind?
said they could feel it, huh?
What?
Sideline reporter?
I said, was she blind?
No, well.
You said she'd never seen.
Oh, so
Um,
and then she said that they had talked about how Darnold and Anderson were going to work on connecting more of that game, and it looked like she said it would
Yeah,
expect a
therapy
big
session?
game from Robbie Anderson,
and then he dropped him.
and he did have a big game.
Well, he had a blow up on the sideline 2 weeks ago now, right?
Yeah.
Like he came off hot and was all pissed. So they're like, we're going to make a concerted effort to get him the ball. And they did, except for now Robbie Anderson ain't catching anything. Sam
Oh,
Darnold
yeah,
got
do
him. They're
something
like,
with it.
That's why I don't throw you the ball.
Was Darnold throwing too? I mean, it sounds very wimpy, but was Darnold throwing too hard?
No,
Because they were all dropping.
you can't use that in the NFL.
Yeah,
I
you're a
know,
professional
I'm
athlete
saying-
getting
I'm
paid
saying for
millions
them.
of dollars.
Yeah.
If somebody throws it too hard, you just
They
man
literally
up.
stand in front of
I'm not
a
trying to
machine.
defend
Jones
them, I'm
machine's
just
going
saying.
like 70 miles an hour.
There's no way.
But their number, they
hands
had
hurt.
the white guy. It's like the number 5 receiver. He comes in, gets 2 catches.
You talking about
Braxton
16?
Berrios?
I think it was the Jets.
I can't remember who it is.
All right,
either,
number
but I
five,
know
But
White
he's the
receiver.
reason.
Yeah.
He's basically the reason.
They're
we
always
went down
number
there and
3s, but
scored.
Braxton,
Yeah.
he might be Latino.
That's
What's
why
his
Trample
name?
got him.
Zylstra?
He got a 2
I don't
point,
know.
right?
Yeah, William Zylstra.
That's what I'm talking about?
Billy Zabka.
It's not Billy Zabka.
Here's what bothers me.
Billy Zane.
the most about
cool
the
dude.
The Panthers talking about like we're going to make a concerted effort to run the ball again without the running game that is built around CMC. And then
He doesn't play much football anymore.
Well,
Indeed.
what
Just
makes me
saying. It's Matt
upset
Roll's
is
fault.
like the receivers didn't catch it, and then you still have one of the worst tackle combos in.
Byron Bell no longer plays
Yeah,
for him. Might as well.
that's true.
Thank
Yeah.
God.
But it's not much
Thank God.
better. The whole left side
Thank
looks
the
horrible.
Lord for that.
And so you don't give your quarterback a ton of time, and then your receivers don't catch open balls. Like, yeah,
Not a good
that's
combination.
it's not a good recipe for success there.
That's not how you win football games. So Jake goes to 3-3 and in 5th place. Michael goes to 3-3 and in 7th.
Okay.
Next matchup.
Scorp Ryan.
Scorpion.
Work.
Scorpion.
Work.
So Scorpion was original projection 127 to 136. The final. What are you saying?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Final ended up being 155 to 130 in favor of Scorp. Dak looks good. 455 passing yards, 3 touchdowns against New England in a back and forth game. 4 o'clock.
Stupid overtime.
4 o'clock.
Those 4 o'clock games are fun to watch, man.
Yeah, they
Stupid
They
overtime.
really are. They're better than that 1 o'clock slate. Those 1 o'clock games just recently, I don't know, man. They
Have
seem
been
like really
slower
smug.
fest.
Yeah. But the 4 o'clock game's been pretty good.
Panthers
The
Minnesota
night
game
game's been
didn't
pretty-
get
I don't
good
get to
until
watch
close to
those.
4 o'clock.
I heard him, did not hear you.
Never
Can you,
mind.
Can you
No,
repeat?
It's more important.
Well, obviously that's why he hurt me. But
Mm-hmm. I know what the favorites are.
Dalvin Cook, 140 rushing yards, touchdown, 2 receptions for 21. Najee Harris also with 21 with a touchdown
Henderson.
and about 125 yards combined.
At a buck
Henderson with
25.
23.
There's where the matchup was won.
Yeah, his running back scored 65 points.
I mean, we did say that they were going to go off. Jake said Najee Harris 25 plus. That didn't happen.
Ah, so close.
So
close.
Yeah, it's so strong.
Scorp also said
Cream of
Dalvin. Scorp said he was going to lose the matchup, but he's going to have the highest scoring player with Dalvin going for 34 plus.
Negative and negative.
Negative and negative, but one of those negatives is positive for him because he did win the matchup.
Two
Slightly.
negatives do make a positive.
I didn't know that. It's
Mhm.
science.
Math.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
science isn't math.
It's a STEM.
Yeah, see?
Mm.
Indeed.
Indeed. Quite right.
Dalton Schultz, 10. Justin Jefferson, 10. Dallas D got him 18. Which is,
I needed that New England Dallas game to be just a slugfest, low scoring game, and then
not a block kick touchdown.
not a block kick touchdown.
It
or
doesn't
a pick
always
six
suck,
or
man.
something. I think he had a block kick and a pick six.
When you are rostering a defense and they have like a pick six or a block kick or block punt touchdown, dude, it's just like you get so jacked up on adrenaline, man. But when that happens to you,
You get so mad.
oh my
Because when I
god,
went to church on Sunday afternoon, I was like, I've got a shot in this matchup. And then I looked after and said,
I ain't
what
got a shot.
happened in
I ain't
that
got a shot in this
matchup? What happened in that Dallas matchup? And I looked at Dallas's defense. I was like, oh, they scored a block kick and a pick six. And then went to overtime and Dak throws a walk-off touchdown.
Yeah, dude,
And
especially
then it goes into the Pittsburgh game that Sunday night, and he had Najee and Deontay, so I have no shot.
especially considering they gave up 29 points and still managed 18 fantasy
Yeah,
points.
Yeah,
Because you
difficult
can't
that
take
is
away
to do.
points
Yeah,
and
it
get
is.
touchdowns and kick blocks.
Right, and plus they had 2 sacks,
What's that
an interception, and a
Kick
fumble
block.
Okay.
recovery.
Like
And
a block kick? Is that a little different?
But think of the kick block. That's a kick block.
It's a block. Okay.
block punt, block kick counts the same.
Kick block.
Yeah, but he's
5
talking about
points.
kick block.
5
block.
points. Standard league, it's 2 points.
Look at us.
That's why ours is
Overachieving.
better, man, because it's a lot harder to block a kick than it is to pick,
Oh,
all
yeah.
off.
Oh,
Block
yeah.
kicks and safeties are the most difficult things.
Right.
It should be worth more
Yes.
points.
Yes.
Right, that's why
Absolutely.
standard leagues, like their defense special team scoring, dude, is
Crab
They're
Jackson.
below standard, in my opinion.
yeah.
Let's just get rid of defense.
I
Ah,
We
No.
voted to get rid of it, and then we had Mr. Flip.
We're not going to talk about that. We're not going to talk about that, but they don't know won't hurt them.
Man, we've already told them.
Brian's
Did we
defense
tell them?
center.
Somebody said at the draft. Oh yeah, we went about 2 minutes without defense.
Okay.
Michael was on board with it. Michael's league that I play in doesn't have a defense. I like defense.
We don't care about other leagues.
Defense.
But
Let's go defense.
we got rid of kickers. That was a staple in our league. It was in every single one of my trade offers for a long time.
Yeah.
I'm gone. I think we're a better league for it.
We're a better league for it.
Better league for it.
Next year, when we get rid of defenses officially, we'll be a better league for
And
it.
then tight ends.
Who's going to run? Oh, Andrew. He'll run the charge on that.
Yep.
They
What
give
if we did no kickers, all flexes?
That's
a little tease from
everybody's
next year,
reason
man.
for getting rid of anything. All right, so here's what we'll do. We'll get rid of this.
Yeah.
Let's add a flex.
Yeah. You're right.
That's what we always do.
That is.
Next year's meeting, Cracker Barrel 2.0.
Kyler Murray looked good for you, Ryan. 33.
Yep, that was it.
Outscored Dak. You won in that matchup. You wanted the Tyreek versus Justin Jefferson matchup. You wanted the Terry McLaurin versus Mike Evans matchup.
Tyreek.
But that was it.
No, he won with Fournette.
Oh, yeah, you did with the
But Tyreek didn't play like the last 5 minutes of the second quarter and like the first 5 minutes of the third quarter with a squad issue.
Yeah.
And I said, all right, well, this is not going to be good. And then he came back in the third quarter and had like 7 targets in 2 drives.
Tyreek Hill's good, man.
He is.
Tyreek Hill's really good.
He's really.
But he's not just a burner, and that's what some people think about him. He's
That's
just
what
a
I
burner.
used to think until about halfway through last year.
Yeah, he's a complete receiver, really.
He is.
Tim Patrick.
But he was only on the field for like 30
Very good.
love
Very good.
You know my
Can you
thoughts
say
on that.
another one?
Austin Eckler.
There you go. Excellent. But that was close.
Oh,
That was close.
Good job.
Eckler. I got a question for you,
Oh,
Ryan, about
Eckler.
Devontae Booker. Did you? All right, so he was projected at 10.
Yep.
Their whole team is like banged up. Like Saquon's banged up. Kadarius Toney left early. Sterling Shepard was out. Darius Slayton was out.
I thought he was going to
Galladay
get like
got
30
hurt.
touches.
Evan Ingram. I don't know if he played or not. I can't remember off the top of my head.
Did you say Daniel Jones?
Daniel Jones.
They didn't have offense.
Yeah.
And their entire offensive line was healthy, but it's complete shit. So that doesn't matter.
I thought he was going to get 30 touches, but then they got blown out, so they were just playing catch-up and throwing the whole time. He was pass blocking because their offense sucks, or offensive line sucks, as Brian said.
Yeah, he had 19.
I didn't say that, but I know you can't say it.
Yes.
He had 19 the week before when he came in
He scored a couple
for
times.
Saquon. He scored once. Or did he score receiving? He scored a receiving touchdown too, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. This week, didn't
Not
find
so
the end
much.
zone. Didn't find the end zone.
We'll talk about him a little bit later.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So Ryan goes to fourth and 3 at 3-3,
Oh,
and
well-
Scorp moves to second 4-2. You got something else to say? Let's hear it.
Bowl predictions update on this one. I said Deontay Johnson would have 10-plus catches. He had 9.
Wrong.
That was wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong again.
JT said there was going to be bad weather in the game. Could have been right. I don't remember what
I was
game.
right.
I'll just stop writing those
I
down.
was right.
JT also said Devontae Booker would have 20-plus points.
I was wrong.
That was wrong.
I thought
And
like
that was
Ryan.
it for them.
I thought like Ryan.
Well, he's on the next one. On to the next one.
All right, what's the matchup of the week from week 6?
1-2.
Brian Jordan.
Brian Jordan.
Not the outfielder / football player.
Dude,
He's supposed to
I
race.
like Brian Jordan.
Everybody
used to
liked
like
Brian
Brian
Jordan.
Jordan.
Everybody did, man. He had a very unique batting stance. All his weight was on his back foot. Like, dude, he was about to explode on this
Just
And
thing.
launching
yeah.
into it. Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of momentum
Then he
going.
talked shit about Chipper Jones, and I didn't like him anymore.
Well, he also,
I
I
like
think he blew out his knee, if
did.
I remember correctly, which makes a lot of sense if you look at his batting stance.
You can still watch
Especially
him.
if he's reading fastball and launches at it as a break.
Yeah,
He's got to try to
dude.
hold his weight
He
back.
does a pregame, postgame show for the Braves.
Does he really? I didn't know that.
There you go.
Did he? What football team did he play for? Did he play for the Falcons?
I don't know. Calm down just a little bit, though.
Sorry.
I think that was
I had 2 Red Bulls,
What kind
man.
of football team did he play
I
for?
got wings.
You
I
remember,
think
when
you're
we
thinking
took
about
them
Dion.
monsters and went to the Haunted Trail?
Yeah, dude,
I
that's
think I
like
bring that up every 3 weeks.
You remember when we went to the Haunted Trail and Joel threw a glass bottle and hit one of the workers? We almost
I
got
thought you
arrested.
did it.
You remember that time Bobby Boucher came back and the Mud Dogs won the Bourbon Bowl? Do you?
Do you? I do. I'm aware.
So 1v2 matchup, Bismuth of the System versus WFT number 21, Football Respect, red dot, yellow dot, feather,
Yay!
flag.
Sounds like a good Cardi B song.
Is there such a thing?
Yeah.
Huh?
Is there such a
'cause
thing?
that's-
Tell us about it, Brian.
All right.
So the original projection was 135 to 125 in favor of Brian. The final goes to Jordan, 139 to 121.
Who's your biggest disappointment, Brian?
Me.
Myself.
Well, other than
Next question. Oh, you're talking about this matchup.
Yeah, well, like, yeah, who were you disappointed? Like, you thought they were going to go for a lot more than
Chase Claypool.
Claypool,
Yeah.
especially with
Juju.
If Claypool
Get
put
out.
up 10, I would have felt a lot better going into Monday night.
who'd you have going?
Still
Monday?
lost.
I still would have lost, but I would have felt
Buffalo,
better.
Tennessee.
No, Sunday night I knew I'd already
Yeah,
lost.
yeah.
Yeah, Buffalo, Tennessee was that Monday night game. That was a
It's
lot of fun
always
to watch.
nice having
Which I said-
Josh Allen go because he
I
gives you
said
a
Buffalo
chance.
That's
was
the
going to
thing.
blow them out by 14-plus points in that.
And that did not
No,
happen.
honestly, my biggest disappointment would probably have been Buffalo's defense for allowing Derrick Henry to be Derrick Henry.
What did you expect?
Buffalo's defense not allowed Derrick Henry to be Derrick Henry.
It's Derrick
Make-
Henry.
Who's he
How
going
is
to be?
he-
He can't hide like he's somebody else.
Here's what I don't understand.
He can't hide for nothing.
Julio's hurt. AJ Brown
Sometimes.
cannot catch a ball. Tannehill's been bad. And teams are still like, we got to respect the pass game. Two
Anthony-
safety high.
Anthony Firkser, man.
Let's let
Let him
Derrick
beat
Henry
you.
get a running start before we meet him. Well, good. You're giving him 7 yards a carry. When is someone going to go
He
like
doesn't need help.
one hires or cover 0 and load the box and say, okay,
Let him play
Tannehill,
Baltimore.
if you score 40 points against us, then that's the way we're going to lose. But it'll be an up-tempo game, more scoring will happen.
Yeah.
We think we can last you this, but you can't let Derrick Henry.
He breaks
If
Ryan
you
Bailey
let
right
Derrick
over the
Henry
road.
get 5 yards of clean air, it's over.
Yeah.
Because he's at full speed at that point, and
You're
you're,
not
not
gonna
going to stop
tackle
him.
So if he plays in California, there's
No
not any
clean
clean
air.
air out there.
There's
or,
no
or
way.
China,
There's just no way.
Mexico.
I don't think
China.
we're playing in China anytime soon. At least I hope not.
Biden
Does
is.
Derrick Henry break the Russian record?
I said it. I said it.
I think he breaks his clavicle.
Damn,
And he'll
Brian.
still have the record.
Should have
by
done it
week
last
9.
week.
Will Derrick Henry set the rushing yards record this year?
I don't think he'll set the Russian yards record, but I think he'll have the carries record.
Okay, that was going to be another question.
Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't a question; it was a statement. I didn't know.
That's
guess.
it,
That's
Doug.
what
That's what
it's
it's
going
going
to
to be.
All right, well,
Yeah.
whatever.
What dog's going to win 30-27?
Whatever. Because they got one extra game last year with a stacked box. He ran for 2,000 yards. So, I mean, sky's the limit. Actually, I'd say about probably 22.
Did you say Wimmet?
No, he said ceiling's the roof.
I said the limit.
The limit.
Push it to the
The
limit.
sky's the limit.
Port of Miami. Port of again. Oh, we're not doing any Rick Ross on this podcast. Stop it,
I'm
Brian.
glad he said Rick Ross because I had no
I
idea.
don't like Rick Ross.
No one does.
But that is his song.
Hey, I did get Adam Thielen.
Hey,
Write that
hey.
down. Write that down. I did get Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen had 24.
What'd you say?
He did good.
Oh, that's good. That's very good.
That didn't get written down because that's not a prediction. That's just
You
a.
didn't write down Adam Thielen do good?
I wrote JT. JT said Jay Connor, 18 points. What'd he get?
7.6.
I
We're
heard-
not focusing on that.
Wrong.
I
Jay-
heard your minds got big when you said that.
Focus on
Uh,
Adam Thielen.
You also said Julio Jones scored play action TD and
God,
first
dude!
offensive play.
Yeah.
I was so
That didn't happen.
jacked. I was watching that first play because I'm like, dude, they're going to play action. They're going to chunk that thing.
Yeah, Jake also said Julio and AJ Brown scored touchdown.
They did not.
That doesn't happen.
Dude, you really didn't write down Adam Thielen?
No.
'Cause I felt really good about that.
If you
Thielen's
had
doing
said
good
Adam
over
Thielen
there.
was go boom,
I said he
you
would've-
would have written it down.
I thought I said he'd have his best game of the season.
We
I don't
can't.
That was his
Re-listen
best
No,
game.
it
to the
wasn't. It was the
podcast.
second one, so I'd have missed it anyway.
Jake said another
Oh,
trade will
yeah.
happen before Sunday. That didn't happen. I tried though.
I missed a bold prediction I didn't even make.
I made 2 trades to Michael on Saturday right after the pod. They are still pending. He has not.
I thought
Michael,
that was only pending for
respond.
2 days.
They
To
have
stay
been
up
out
there?
the entire time
I
I was
thought
on
it
the
was a week.
So I don't know how many it is.
I don't like that because then what happens? If somebody gets hurt.
I
I don't think anybody in our league would do that. But I've been in other leagues, which again we don't talk about other leagues. I've been in other leagues where somebody gets hurt
And they
you
accept
know,
the trade.
We don't talk about our leagues.
If that's the case when you just go to everybody in our league and say, "Hey, veto this trade," because
That's
it-
collusion.
No, you put it in the message like the chat, like, "Hey, I had this trade up and they didn't accept it till he was hurt. Help me out, or don't."
That's
be a jerk."
collusion.
No, it's
Say
conversation.
Yeah, that's-
collusion again.
Come on, man.
Is that not collusion?
What'd you? I'm sorry. Look, I'm
It's not collusion if everybody knows about
full
it.
disclosure.
Okay, so
I have
collusion
not
has
paid
to be hidden.
attention to anything
Yeah,
we're talking
collusion.
about. What are we talking about?
I started thinking about the guy last night with the really soft hands and completely
Yeah.
zoned out of the whole conversation.
the
Talk about
same
Thomas?
Yeah.
We don't talk about him. Anyway,
Okay, what?
20-year-old guys, am I right?
Collusion.
We're not them anymore.
no, we're not.
Those memories,
I got this
not
one finger.
sparkling enough.
But
Ladies
there's
and
some that
ladies.
still are. Huh?
I got this one finger that does feel like it's still about 20. It don't get much
Play.
action.
I bet
Play
it- I
action.
bet it-
That was a touchdown
I
reference.
bet it does today.
You just feel like a sleeve over it.
Jake,
Just
stop
get-
doing that with your finger, please.
I don't know, man.
It's a good thing we don't live broadcast like
Super
that.
glue's starting to come off. Darrell Williams had 22. That's the best game from a Kansas City running back all year.
Am I right? Is he right?
No, he is.
He's
Oh.
right.
Am I right?
No, I think
Did
Clyde.
Clyde have a better game than that?
Clyde had
might
a
have put up
receiving
one against
touchdown.
the Chargers. He
and-
scored a
yeah.
touchdown.
Pull it up independently
Okay.
without assistance. Who has?
Right,
Clyde.
they got
Andrew,
Jordan.
I think.
No, Jordan.
I mean,
He's
Jordan.
right
Jordan.
Jordan Gibson.
there. He put up. Nope, that's the highest game by a Chief running back yet.
Yep, 18's the highest before them.
So is Darrell Williams better than Clyde?
Boom.
No.
No, he's just more experienced.
Boom.
Darrell would have started last year if he wouldn't have been hurt or side out or whatever.
Damian would have started.
That's right. He's the one that's in Chicago.
Mhm.
Yep.
Damian Williams, because he had a great And playoff run a great Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He did.
Against San Francisco.
He did.
2 years ago.
He did. That happened.
Mm-hmm.
I thought he was going to be. I thought he was
He
going to
got
be Super Bowl
COVID.
MVP.
Yeah.
Next Kareem Hunt.
I didn't think that. I thought he was going to be Super Bowl MVP.
I thought he was going to do a lot of good things in Chicago until he got COVID.
Yeah.
And man, we did
COVID.
Oh,
Thank you.
DeAndre Hopkins had 2 touchdowns
Nice
for
to see his
19,
return.
Show off.
he's
which
been
that was.
It's a real McAsshole move.
And then Mark Andrews,
Yeah, I
number
sent a
2
trade
tight
for,
end in the league,
for
Hopkins also.
had 15. You
Jordan.
sent a trade for who? Hopkins.
Jordan
Yeah.
won't trade.
What do you think about the University of St. Brown? You think anything's going to come out of that?
University of St. Brown.
The Egyptian
Amon
fellow
Ra.
plays for the.
I'm in rock.
Yeah, the University of
I'm
St.
starting
Brown.
him in my DraftKings this week.
He's Egyptian.
We don't care about things like that on this podcast.
I like Egypt. I like the Mummy. Mummy's one of my favorite movies. Top 10.
Therefore,
Bucks?
he should be started.
I
Now
hate
he's
Bucks.
only scored
That
highest
that
outputs
that
10.
entire franchise there, where's it rank? Among that
Franchise, man, third one really went downhill.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
I mean,
like
I'm
that
just
at all.
but you're putting the ball
Now
together.
is the third one the one with the?
Two of the Dragon Emperor.
Oh, okay, so you don't count Scorpion King as the third.
Nah, because it's
That's-
kind of standalone,
that's a-
man.
It's a
spin-off?
spin-off. It's a spin-off, yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Hobbs and Shaw's not part of Fast and Furious.
But what? Even though it says Fast and Furious presents Hobbs and Shaw, which is kind of tough.
Yes.
It's a spin-off.
Yeah, but I didn't like the third one.
What about the Tom Cruise one?
I didn't see it.
It is horrible.
Oh, no, I like that.
Brian's stupid.
Yes, but that has nothing to do with my comment.
I didn't like that one at all.
All right,
Yeah,
back
but
to the
the one with,
matchup.
Oh,
Jet Li or
I'm
whoever it was.
stupid because Brian's over there going kick blocks and shit.
All right, so
Kicked it, and it got
Bryan's
blocked.
still in first place at 5-1.
Bravo,
Jordan
everybody.
up to third at 4-2, and that is a wrap for week 6.
Good win, Jordan.
Week 6 wrap.
Suck a dick.
Hey,
Yep.
you're gonna have your worst week against Jordan. We've talked about this.
I know.
Every
Jordan
time I
kicks
play, I
my
don't
ass
think I
every
get-
year.
I don't think I get over 100 when I play Jordan.
Every
I just
year.
feel like it every time.
If I see Jordan in playoffs, I win. Regular season, nothing.
Nah,
That's when you want to see Jordan, and when I think you beat me.
I like
last
seeing
year.
Jordan. Jordan's my buddy.
I like you, Jordan.
Let's do Cracker Barrel, son.
Wear a hat though.
Why?
I don't want to see his hair.
Ginger.
Indeed, and I'm
Indeed.
jealous.
That's his
Lush,
gingerness.
flowing locks.
how we doing our picks, Ryan?
Pick updates. Let me make sure I'm on the right page. Yep. Ryan went 4-1. JT went 3-2. Jake and Scorp went 2-3, and Bryan went 1-4.
You're welcome.
So that brings the standings to me at
My
19.
picks are based on love.
I'm at 19-11. JT's at 17-13.
Hell of a gun. Not a gun.
Jake's at 16-14.
Still not.
Brian is at 11-19, and
Right.
the Andrews are incomplete.
Have we texted Rams did it
Have we?
for
Did
his
we?
picks?
For today.
First pick.
Today?
Today.
Yeah,
Text
text
the letter Kenny fellas.
What we got next, Ryan?
Next we got Waiver Wire Wipe Up.
All right, wasn't too crazy of a waiver
Yesterday
wire
got a
week.
little busy.
Man, I think I would have picked up Deer Nest if I was watching.
I saw a
Waiver.
bicycle or something picking up.
Wasn't
other
paying
things.
attention on the vacation.
Bicycle.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Dude, I couldn't
Would you
figure out what
have
that was,
outbidded it?
man.
Yes, I would have. 100%.
I went like $30 and
But-
changed it at the last minute.
On who?
Dearness Johnson.
Yeah.
But I didn't know how much I wanted to bet, so I was like, I'm just going to stay with what I got.
All
Did
right,
I
so-
say on the podcast last week that I was going on vacation to the beach? Or did I just say that in passing?
I think you said that in passing.
Okay.
Yeah, you didn't tell us
Yeah, you gotta tell us.
because I would
They,
remember.
they didn't know I was beaching.
Oh, shit.
Remember
At the
I told
beach.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to have a conversation after podcast.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
But Jake took Dearness Johnson for $10. Did anybody else bid on him?
It says
Zero other
zero.
bids.
It says zero lower offer, but it doesn't say who. So I don't know what that's about.
But
Maybe
if
that's
zero-
Rightmyer because I ain't seeing an emoji.
There's no name. Yeah,
Groucho Marx looking
So
thing.
he's
Yeah.
the only other one to put in.
Yeah, he put a waiver claim, but not money. New
then-
England,
New England's
Coffee
D
sales.
from Broach went for $4.
and there were 3 other offers on that, all just waiver bids.
That
Who
was
was
me.
that?
Everybody at this table except for me.
It was us.
We stream defense.
All right, let's see. You had Buffalo's D on a bye, right?
Yes.
I got Pittsburgh's D on a bye. And who'd you have?
I have Colts. They're going against
Not
San
on
Fran,
my
but
eyes.
I probably will roll with them anyways.
Yeah.
It's supposed to
Okay.
rain. You got it.
Jake said gonna
I
rain.
was gonna say that.
All right.
The newscaster intervened for the weatherman.
Brian
Dave
got-
Bacon's pissed.
Yeah, he's
Brian
not
got
happy.
Sam Darnold for $0.
And Broach put in for
Broach
$0,
put in too.
but you had the waiver, a higher waiver.
Priority. And then I had New Orleans defense for $1.
Nobody else put in on that.
Yeah. Well, I've got Pittsburgh's D, and I didn't want to drop Pittsburgh's D, so had 2 rostered defenses at one time, and I said, you know what? Pittsburgh's D hadn't been that great. New Orleans has been better.
Right.
They've already gone past their boss, and now I've dropped Pittsburgh's D.
You're streaming defense.
Indeed.
Now I think I'm just going to start New Orleans every week
Why not?
because I think they play Tampa twice.
Okay.
Why?
Man, just roll with it, dude.
I probably will.
Chances of streaming
Roll
the
with
defense
it.
is tough, dude.
Yeah.
I think it's
Don't
tough to
think
stream the
about it
defense
too
than like
much.
stream any other position, other than maybe
Love
tight
me some
end.
Easton Corbin, by the way. Brian, good call.
Who?
Easton Corbin's a country singer. Kind of sounds like a young George Strait.
Give it the times.
Good.
Right.
Indeed.
Quite right.
Moving on.
All right, what's next?
Week 7 preview.
Week 7 preview.
Preview.
Preview even.
All right, what's our first matchup for Week 7?
Man, Jake Andrew.
Jake.
Got me all hot and bothered. Just pointing at me like that, and I'm leaning across
All
the
right, so we got turd sandwiches versus wheelchair.
Just call it Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels.
Big wheels keep on turning.
So the
Big wheels keep on burning.
original projection was 128 to 108. It has changed a little bit.
Rolling.
You bump Jake up 10 points to 138, and you drop Rams Diddy by 5 to 103.
This is the least amount of Browns Andrew has started this year.
And I started.
Yeah, 'cause he only started one.
Cleveland.
I started the only one that mattered.
I know, you started the one that
Deer Nest.
did really good.
Yeah.
He was worth the $10 just on this week alone.
100%. I might have put $10 real dollars on him.
Odell Beckham Jr. hasn't had a 100-yard reception game since like November of 2019.
Oh,
They
got
don't-
hurt.
They're not even looking for him.
Nah.
If he wants his career to be saved, he's got to go somewhere else.
I
He
think-
does not
I think
mesh
they'll
there,
oblige to
And I don't think that's their identity. I think they're going to run the ball first. Their offensive line creates running lanes.
Yeah, they should run the ball more when their
So
third string
daggone
running back does that.
And to give him credit, everyone bashed him coming out of the draft because he apparently ran like a 4.8 40.
Who's
And they're
that guy?
or Johnson
Yeah, he's the one that sent DMs to
Yeah.
every single Arena League football team trying to get a tryout.
begging for it.
Hey,
He
man.
never quit. But the one thing
I'll
they
give it
always
to him.
gave him is like he ran downhill. He did not go backwards. So in a zone blocking scheme where you look for creases and just try to hit it, and
One
do
cut,
what you
get
can,
downhill.
he fits good in that system. Is he Chubb or Hunt? No. But
Is he
those
not Chubb?
those two have been injured a lot.
They need
well,
to get rid of Hunt.
not so much Hunt.
Hunt.
Hunt or
Then you
Chubb.
can have a
Johnson's Chubb.
you can have a Chubb Johnson line up there.
Dude, that's a good
Oh
little
my
1-2
God.
punch
Yeah,
right there.
They need to change his
Yeah.
name to D Eager because of the way that boy was playing the other night, huh? He's eager to get out there.
Oh, yeah. I get
Yeah,
that.
I
I
saw
get
that. I
that.
saw what you did.
I didn't at first
Okay.
until you explained it.
Well, here we are. We're
It
all
was a lot
called up.
better.
We're all
How
called
long do you Chubb post to be
6
back
and
next
12.
week?
I'm glad they saw your eyes go right there.
Thought the same thing. All right, so Chubb, Hunt, Johnson, all healthy. What does anything change after
Johnson
this
gets like
performance?
1%.
Yeah.
1%.
I mean, I think he was getting
But
that
the
kind
last
of
time
anyway,
I've seen
so.
3 running backs this good was when the Giants had
Just
Name
Earth-
them.
Earth,
Name
Wind, and
them.
Fire.
Name
them.
Earth, Wind, and Fire. Go,
Name
go,
them.
go, go.
Can we do it together?
it was,
Who was Earth?
Bradshaw?
No, Earth bigger. Like Derrick Henry, but with less talent.
Oh, what was
Not
his
as
name?
fast.
What was his name? Who? Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs.
Earth.
Thank you, Jake.
Wind.
When? Oh, Jake. Who? Ward.
What's his first name?
I can't remember his first name. I can't say
I don't
it.
know.
What was it?
I don't think so.
What do you got to?
Um,
Do you remember?
Remember Fire?
huh?
Remember Fire? 44?
Bradshaw?
Hey, what's the first name?
I'm going to say Ahmad.
Okay, say it.
Ahmad?
I think you got 1 and 3.
Okay.
Oh!
Put 1 and 3 down.
Brian almost clicked off Brian. It was so close.
Oh, if you'd have put a dip in before you did that, I'd have to go to the couch.
All right, Brandon Jacobs was Earth.
Was I right on the wall?
It was Ward.
What was his first name?
Derek.
Derek!
Ward.
Never would have guessed
That was
that.
Derek Ware.
Hey, Ruby Tuesday.
I think there was a Derek Ware.
Wasn't there?
There was also a DeMarcus
Appreciate
Ware.
Yeah,
He was
that's
good.
pretty awesome.
He was good.
It's tough.
What about, was it Thunder and Lightning for the Panthers?
That's Smash
No,
and Dash.
that's
Smash and Dash.
Thunder and Lightning was Chris
Or it's not Rush
Johnson.
and Crush. No, Smash and Dash was Chris Johnson, Lindell White, right?
Yeah.
I thought that was Thunder and Lightning.
Nah.
Rush and Crush was,
I thought that was Carolina.
yeah, that was Jonathan
Well, who's
Taylor and
Thunder and
D'Angelo, right?
That
Thunder
was,
and Lightning?
that was
My
No,
left
Mike-
hand
Mike
and
Taylor.
my right
Jonathan
hand.
Taylor.
Mike
It was Jonathan Stewart.
Yeah, him too.
Indeed.
He's one of Home Improvement kids, I don't remember.
All right, so let's get to this matchup.
You don't want to talk about her like mid-2000s? Running back.
We actually would like to talk about that. We could be on that for a while. All right, so Rand City's team's beat up. That's why his team name is Wheelchair.
Hot Wheels.
So he's got Kadarius Toney out, Nick Chubb out, Kareem Hunt out.
What happened?
He said ear, and I was
throat.
I was thinking, he said ear. I started thinking EAR, and then it hit me. He was like, oh, that's how you say IR. And it made me laugh. Rashad Penny, ear.
You went a roundabout way to get that off.
Yeah, I did. Out. George Kittle, ear. Out. Jeff Wilson Jr., pup.
Out.
Out.
I miss my pup.
Get him back inside.
I'm ready to go home and see my pup. Pup.
So out of his entire bench, including both of his IR spots with Starfield, with Kittle and Wilson, he's only got 2 players
He's
that
got
could potentially play.
I think I'd play Smooches.
I like
With-
Here I am.
With Gibson being banged
Lay one
up.
on me.
Yeah.
I
think I put him over the gas, man.
Put him over Gaskin against
Yeah.
Atlanta
Yep.
in the rain.
Is it going to rain? Because I don't see that on
Is it in Miami, hopefully? Because if it's in Atlanta
It's
and it's
not.
raining, they got problems.
there. It is in Miami.
Scattered thunderstorms with a high of 84, 28.9 degrees Celsius, and a low of 75, 23.9 degrees Celsius. There's a 35% chance of precipitation.
Why are
Thanks,
you giving
JT.
us-
Jack
why are you
out
giving us
traffic.
degrees and
It's going to be pretty
Celsius?
clogged up
Why?
that day.
Yeah.
In case we have any European listeners.
That's
Or
true.
anybody else besides American listeners.
That too.
Who would listen to this is European?
Guy in the bathroom.
That would be heaves of heaves. I can't believe you laughed at that. You were better than it. You're laughing too. Oh, come
I
on.
thought it was pretty clever. Pretty quick. Quick wit, slow feet. This guy right here.
I thought it was quick with the slow feet.
I did. I thought that's what it meant at first when I
But
first
it
saw
makes sense because he can't move for shit, but he can get a rebound like nobody's business.
it. Man's literate.
He's smart.
It's all about the angles
Man's literate.
of the dangles of the jump shots.
I play in the post. If you're looking at my dangles,
You got more
How
than
many
one.
tangles you got?
if I fold it,
You
in
followed
half,
out. Followed out so over there.
Good base on average height.
So he is starting Eli Mitchell, who was, I believe, to this date, is still the largest waiver wire acquisition of the season.
I thought 88 for.
No, that's
I
right,
think,
Chuba. I
Chuba.
forgot all about that. I forgot all about that. Prior to Chuba, it was Eli Mitchell. He started
For real?
Eli Mitchell
Everybody got a go PC.
against Indy.
We're
It's
not
also
talking
been
about-
ranked.
I hate to say this.
We're not going to talk about them.
He got picked
I
up
don't
after
care
week
what you
one.
want to do.
Let them do whatever they're doing.
He got picked up after week 1.
Don't touch me there.
Yeah, he got picked up after week 1.
So
Yeah, that
since
was
then,
the
he's had a total of
post-merger.
13.5.
yeah.
So
Because he got banged up in week 2. I believe.
just saying, Rans Diddy, you could have picked up Johnson, and his 1 week outperformed what Mitchell's done since you spent all that.
Man, we can't live in the past.
Well,
You can only live in the present, man. You think about the future, but you can't live there.
Yesterday's history, tomorrow's mystery. Got to live in the present. Like, oh, again. I butchered that.
You really did.
All right.
You got to live in the present. That's why they call it a gift.
All right, I got a prediction. I'm gonna make.
he's going bold.
Do I have to write it down?
That's why
Yeah.
they call it the present.
I know.
All right.
JT, prediction. Go.
Give me.
Fuel.
Give me that much in the zone.
Ooh.
Aaron Rodgers for 37.
Aaron
Plus.
Rodgers.
Plus.
Listen to me now. Aaron Rodgers, if you look for the most part, is like he's looking at what fantasy projections are because he's hovered right around them every week.
He also owns Chicago.
He does. I still own
Owns the
you.
Bears.
Give me one. A.J. Brown touchdown. And that is a prediction. He hasn't got in there yet, and it's week
2
7.
weeks in a row, Jake
Yep, I'm going
predicts
back.
AJ
He has
Brown.
got a touchdown.
Give me one.
Yeah, week 1.
Give me one.
No. Okay.
Godwin over 15.
No.
He's projected at 14.
Well, then I'm overachieving.
That's
now,
not
aren't I?
very bold.
That's a Jake
This is a bold
prediction. We
prediction.
always make
Yeah.
him do bigger.
He's gonna score a touchdown.
All right. Godwin hovering 20.
Over at 20? What's that mean?
22 to 18.
So over
Let's do 18 to 22.
All right, 18 to 22.
But if it goes
for Bryan.
over 22, he loses that as well.
Sorry, everybody. All right. God dang.
All right, we can't put this on.
Nah, you're going to have to flag the hell out of this one.
Flag it for what?
The
Rainbow flag?
Oh!
You're not got us demonetized.
If I have to bite my tongue, you sons of bitches have to as well.
You must got us demonetized.
We don't make no money on them bad boys anyway.
But we could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, this
They do the fun thing when blind
Oh.
duck.
All right, Ryan.
That's a movie quote. That's a Van Wilder.
Oh,
quote.
yeah, that makes it better. Let's just do Blazing Saddles while we're at it. See how far we get with that.
We've been quoting Django for the last 6 months in this thing.
Wait, pick
So who y'all
seven.
taking between Rand's Diddy,
Oh, we're doing
wheelchair?
football match.
Dude, this is
That's
the
right.
longest breakdown of a matchup that
That
ever
we
Rand's
haven't looked at.
Rand's Diddy, wheelchair
That ever
versus
was.
turd sandwiches. Who you take?
Turd sandwich.
Can we talk about the matchup first?
We have.
We did?
That's what
We
we've
have
doing.
been intermittently, I guess.
I'm going to
Wow,
take
wow,
Jake.
wow. Give a little bit of a breakdown.
I just can't take Andrew.
Andrew's just,
He just doesn't have the same team that he wanted to have.
I mean,
He had to picked up Marcus Callaway and having to play him.
Yeah.
That's not ideal.
Yeah, his team's banged up.
I do think Mitchell could have a good game against Indy, though.
I don't
I
know.
do see
Indy's
that.
been pretty
If
good.
DeForest Buckner's playing here,
Yeah.
it's still pretty solid on that old defense.
He's also got a lot of rain games. So does Jake, though. That's all I got.
Rain game dragon over there.
Oh, okay.
That's all I got. I can't wait till the snow games.
That's coming up quick. I'd say 2 weeks.
LaShawn McCoy coming out of retirement.
Write it down. Brian says snow game in 2 weeks.
Yeah, you have your first snow game in 2 weeks.
So that's what,
Look,
week
I'm
9?
good with that crap, too, but
Write it down then. I want to see if this comes true.
Is that week 9?
Yes.
Week 9, yeah.
Week 9, there will be a snow game.
Give me Jake as well. Brand City's team's just beat up. I think he's got a pretty good squad if he has everybody healthy, but he doesn't have everybody healthy. So
give me Jake.
give me Jake. I also want Kadarius Toney.
Who'd Andrew say?
He never responded yet.
Yeah, he might respond by the end. We can
Okay.
write it down.
We'll have to update you.
Yeah.
We can write it
And I'm
down.
going to take myself as well.
Okay. So clean sweep,
Sweep it.
turd sandwiches, and wheelchair. All right. Second matchup, Ryan.
Second matchup, Ryan. Broach Ryan.
All right, so this is almost matchup of the week.
Interesting.
Good thing it wasn't.
Well, we had a discussion about that.
Which one is this matchup?
We made an executive
I guess
decision.
I'll just have to wait till we get to
Yep.
it.
We made an
It's going to be a
executive
I
surprise.
don't have a peek behind the curtain. Oh,
Curtain peeker.
decision. So Team Mike Williams,
easy. I
Josh
got away
Broach
with
versus
that.
Ryan of the Fantasy Phenoms.
And me.
The live projection 126 to 128. Ryan was sitting 135, but after Tim Patrick
Stupid Tim
on
Patrick.
Thursday night.
What happened? I didn't watch a single second of that game.
They
I watched a
didn't-
little
Right.
bit here and
They
there.
didn't throw the ball very well. Even Sutton, like most of his came later in the game.
Yeah, when
he
I
started
looked-
getting checkdowns, because I still think he had double-digit targets. Cortland Sutton did. It just their offense was not moving very well.
I was watching baseball playoffs and I looked at my phone and I saw Tim Patrick had 0 points. I was like, well, maybe he got hurt. And it said, no, 0
Targets.
2 targets,
It
0 catches.
responded?
And even the
Oh, maybe it's got
targets that
zero.
he had,
No.
they were like horribly throwing balls. Like one of them, he had a guy beat on a wheel route and was throwing 3 yards out of
They
bounds.
said he scored a touchdown, but it was out of bounds or something. So he
I think I was
technically
flipping
didn't
back
catch
and forth with that in the Braves game, so
Yeah,
I
I was
didn't
watching.
see
Well, we
it.
don't need to discuss that.
Yeah, baseball we're not talking about right now.
Sorry.
That hurt a little bit.
We'll try to get there.
Yeah.
No Scherzer tonight, though.
That's Bueller with that.
I like the two. I
That's
like the
true, but
Tua play
we
for
threw him around.
Broach
Why do
against
you like it?
Atlanta.
He's
I
got
think.
Wilson on an hour and Cousins with no game.
Yeah, I mean, I think Tua. Dude, I think Tua's I think he can be like a pretty good fantasy quarterback.
Can I interrupt this matchup just to bring something up real quick? Because it's
Gotta be
it's got to
important.
be taught. It is, and it's football related, and it's current football related. Let's talk about Watson just for a second.
Oh, that has been the big news. All right,
Yeah,
yeah,
okay.
that
That
Can
is
we
a
bring
big
that just
news.
for a minute?
That
Just want
plays
to
into
interrupt
this.
it just for a minute.
Yeah, go ahead.
Because it plays into this matchup. Because
Because-
I made a move corresponding to that also.
Yeah,
when
go
we
ahead.
when we talked about it,
We got the shot.
now you got Parker.
Uh,
No. Anyway, so when me and you talked about it,
Yeah.
it was pretty much a done deal in Miami.
That's what they were saying on
The
like,
next
yeah.
day, the Panthers got added to it. The Eagles got added back to it. It's like we're back to square one. Does he get moved? Here, personally, let me put this out the gate. Even if he gets traded this year, he's not going to play. I
Think
guarantee
so.
you. Yeah, I guarantee you he doesn't play.
so you
Now, with that being said, he's not. What he has done is actually not a criminal offense. It's a creepy as hell thing, but there's nothing criminally that he's done. It's not. He's being charged, or he hasn't been charged with anything, but they're seeking civil suits against him. He is not
Like
forced. He didn't
pinstripes?
force. Huh?
Those pinstripe suits?
No. He didn't force any female to touch him. It's almost the equivalent of sending a dick pic. Seriously, so, but the NFL will not play in this year.
Could you imagine how much you would be fined if that had happened?
I was not. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. But I do not. Do you think there's a way he plays this year? Just start off with that. Do you think if he gets traded, he plays this year?
Because it's not a league mandated thing that he sat out, right? It's the Houston was saying, we don't want you playing because it's a bad image thing. So I guess technically he could.
Because
He's not on the commissioner's exempt list, right?
No, he's not. It's a team thing.
They've just made him inactive.
Yeah.
So if he got traded, he could be active and play in the next
game.
He could play.
A lot of bad press though.
100%.
That's
the reason.
With everything that's going on with the NFL.
How many people have been having other opportunities since, like, beating their wives or girlfriends? Like
Greg Hardy.
Greg Hardy. I mean, but
Dante Stone would kill him.
He decided to start beating other men to get paid for it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, if you talk about his negative press, if you trade and mortgage your future to trade for him,
like
if you're going to make that investment,
but I mean, again,
that's the face of your franchise.
Yeah, because that's negative press. Just being willing to
I think he's worth the trade. He's what, 24, 25?
25.
Yeah, I think so.
He's still extremely young, and I mean, once he gets past this, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's clean for a while. I mean, it's no Josh Gordon thing.
You don't. I mean,
it's not.
But again,
he's got what, like 3 more weeks before he gets going again?
Like Gordon.
No, he didn't. He didn't. It's just pure. How it looks.
Yeah.
It looks terrible.
I mean,
it's negative press.
Miami's got a bit of offensive
until
line
they
for
show
anything
that he forcibly tried to do something. Again, you're basically condemning him for being a man whore who was a celebrity. And
which NFL player's not? Tim Tebow's not in the league anymore.
I mean, Ben Roethlisberger had similar claims against him, and Pittsburgh never set him or anything like that.
Different times too.
Well, I agree. True. It's a different culture, but it's kind of one of those issues where I'm kind of looking at
some different women.
So
that's true.
So to bring it back to it, is it worth making moves on our end? Is it worth making moves?
Who's ours? Carolina?
No, us.
Like
fantasy football owners. Yeah. Is it worth? Do you make moves in preparation?
Does anyone pick up?
I was proud of our league for not drafting Deshaun Watson. Nobody even thought about it. I was proud of it, guys. Because I knew I could have swore Andrew was going to walk up and Andrew, we're going to do it.
Wait a minute.
You made me happy. Proud dad.
Like as a Me Too thing, or it's like he's not going to play. Oh God!
Both.
Oh, Trump gets back in office like he's going marching.
The guy I voted for made it.
I can tell.
Okay, we gotta move on.
We
gotta move on.
We stood united.
We gotta move on.
I'm a misogynist for that son of a bitch. We're not taking him.
We gotta move on.
Proud of us.
I am proud of
Oh
us.
shit! I gotta get a water.
I like
I
Tua.
stand by what I said.
I stand by. I like Tua. Their offensive line isn't very good.
No.
I think Tua could be. I think Tua could do all right.
Oh shit!
I think Tua could do all right. Yeah, he's got the Gesicki too, and I think Tua really likes Gesicki, so I think Tua could do pretty good. I think Tua's gonna be all right.
JT, what are your thoughts on Tua as everybody else has left the table?
I think Tua's gonna be all right, man. I like that start.
I hope he does poorly.
Alvin Kamara. I can't with him, dude. I can't. Not especially him.
You talking about?
Yeah. Oh,
Bryan, you all right, buddy?
Giggles Mahoulihan over there.
What?
You never heard Giggles Mahoulihan?
No.
How many times did you say
He's
Tua?
Irish. He's
I like the Tua picked up this week.
Tua's gonna be pretty good. I think he's gonna be pretty good.
You're finally off the hook with something better than the Steve Harvey voice.
Hey, everybody.
I'm proud of the league. We're not drafting.
Oh, God.
Oh man, let's talk about that matchup.
What do you think about the Tua pickup?
That's a good pickup. I like that Tua pickup. Tua. Love.
I was really proud.
Love
of
that Tua pick.
All right. Antonio Gibson, we talked about his stress fractures last week. He didn't look too good. Only had 3.4. Talking about
Not
that in the
too
review.
good.
Dude, he
Does
has nowhere.
McKissick outscore Gibson
Yes.
this week?
Yes.
Against Green Bay?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're allowed to throw it, right? Antonio Gibson does not catch passes out of the backfield.
He does if they throw it to him. They don't ever throw it.
They don't ever throw it to him. Like it ain't happening.
Well, they said it's a pain tolerance thing, but they said you can expect it to be a very light workload for him this week. I think McKissick outscores him. I don't know how much he even plays on it. I think if they get down pretty early and it looks bad, especially as bad as their defense is, they'll just be like, look, we're going to rest you and
Exactly
get
what
you
they
better.
did last week.
Yeah. So, but the problem is, Broach has no one else to.
You gotta quit, dude.
I'm sorry, I keep thinking about it.
You gotta stop.
If you could have seen his face.
I did. I was looking right at him. You gotta stop.
I stand by what I
All
said.
right, look, Dave, we're talking about Antonio Gibson stress fractures, man.
sorry.
How much integrity does our group have?
I don't know. I had stress fractures in my feet one time.
Good.
How
I'm
that
sorry.
make you feel?
I'm sorry.
My feet hurt. I had to rest.
Oh,
So do you think you'd have played if you were on the team?
Probably not that week. I probably would have set out a week.
man. Oh.
Let him heal up a little bit.
They might have put me on IR.
Ooh.
Short term. Out. Out.
God, I'm crying.
All right. You good?
No,
No,
I'm not. But I'm
No.
gonna soldier through.
All right. I like
You're so brave.
Well, I appreciate
I'm
it.
proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
I'm proud of you.
All right. Well,
My boys are growing up. Making decisions on their own.
Time stamps are going to be worth it this
I
week,
think
boys.
DJ Moore beats his projection this week. I'll say
another
that.
bold prediction, Brian.
Oh my goodness.
All right. DJ Moore's beat his projection about every week except for the past two.
All right, DJ Moore 17.
All right. There we go. That's what I like to hear. That's still not very high. It's like 3 points higher than this projection.
My God, so what do you want? What do you DJ Moore joins Bezos and goes to the moon.
Put it on the board.
DJ Moore, 17 plus.
What y'all think about
fantasy
Fournette?
points.
I'd like to talk about him.
Celebrates with trip to
Dude, I think Fournette's a must start now.
Oh, Fournette's going off this week.
Yeah, like
I feel like Chicago as a whole is reeling.
I do too. I feel like their whole
They're
team
doing what I thought Vegas was going to do after Gruden.
well, it's finally happened in Tampa.
I'm also proud of us for not being proud of Gruden's email, standing up
Will
against
you
him.
stop?
Who said Leo Fournette go off?
Well, I haven't gave a prediction to it yet because I mean his has gone up quite a bit. 15.
Huh?
That's why I'm kind of. What should be
Oh,
our over under
wait,
number if we were doing it as
That's
a group?
what you're upset about. That's out of all the things that have been said today.
20?
So you
I
want to
guess.
go?
It's got
Over
to be
under 20.
over his projection by a decent amount. It can't be, hey, he's
Yeah.
projecting you 15.
So I
16.
like.
I think he gets 15.23.
All right, so let's use
Fournette.
20.
20. Okay.
So what do y'all think? Over under 20 for Fournette this
I'm
week
going under,
against
but I don't think. I
Chicago.
think it'll be close to 20. But
All right, Brian's under JT.
20's the number.
Yep.
Give me the under by 2.
Oh, went really descriptive.
You're
Ryan?
that's about what I just said.
I'm going to go under as well.
You going over?
Yeah, I want to go different. I'm gonna go over.
Oh,
I think he gets in the end zone twice.
Well, let's hope so, buddy.
I got to talk to Spirit.
Because I got
after
no
this.
Eckler, so I
Yeah.
need some. I need some help. I need
He's
to
going to
carry.
buy.
Yeah, Eckler's my buy.
The bye weeks are starting to creep up on all of us.
You got Debo back though.
I, get
I do got
screwed this
Debo
week.
back.
Debo's looked
I
good.
get screwed. this week.
Wish I had Debo last week.
Debo could have helped last week.
Debo would have helped last week.
Debo good.
No. Well, actually, to be honest with you, last week I'd probably taken Tim Patrick out and still had Devontae Booker in the flex. So it wouldn't really helped.
I've been thinking about what to do with IU. Speaking of Samuel, after this week, he don't do nothing. Yeah,
Well, there's
it's
no
cut ties,
Kittle,
man.
so we'll see what no Kittle
They just come off their bye.
and Garoppolo's back.
Oh, you got a good week with New Orleans this week.
Playing Seattle. Dude, you know Smith, yards per throw was 3.3.
He's scared to death. That's what Teddy
But
did
that's the
last year.
same. That's what James Winston's done all year.
Mhm.
He's had multiple games. I think like 4 touchdowns.
That's how he was
passes
able to throw for
under
what was it?
200.
With 175 yards and
5
5 touchdowns.
touchdowns
Yeah, that's
week
how you
one.
do that.
Against Green Bay? Yeah.
He finally got a healthy Chase Edmonds.
Yeah. But I think they'll do the same thing they did last week. If they get up, they'll just let Connor run the game out.
I'm not mad.
Playing against Houston.
I'm not,
I'm
man.
not mad.
Playing against Houston, they're going to see a lot of rushing attempts.
Houston's finally leveling out to being bad. Like that fight that they had in the beginning of the year. That's
That
finally
week
started.
one?
Yeah.
They're just
Well,
not.
it was week 1,
But
2,
why
or
is
3.
Houston kind of demoralized, though? You know?
Don't.
I just stopped laughing.
Don't. All right, but you do have 2 players going in that matchup with Kyler and Edmonds.
Yep.
So that could be pretty big fantasy-wise because Kyler's projected at 30 against Houston.
Kyler's
That is
not
going
gonna
to
be
get
30.
up.
That is a high.
That is
projection.
an
It's not
incredibly
gonna be
high projection.
Well, see, I mean, they're going to
Well,
go
let's-
up big, and they're going to run the football.
His game log: 41, 37, 18, 26, 15, 33. So he's got it. Half his weeks, he's met that.
I just
Still,
yeah,
that's
30
high.
just seems like a lot.
they're going to be up so
Yeah.
big. I think Kyler runs the football a little bit more himself this game. I can see Kyler
That's
getting.
high.
Put me down for Kyler with 60 yards rushing and a touchdown.
There's a little bit bolder.
There's a little Bryan arms. I was off a week. I'm a little rusty.
You're getting back in the swing.
There we go.
All right. So who are we taking in this matchup? Team Mike Williams Fantasy Phenoms.
I'll go Ryan.
Give me Broach. I like Tua.
That's what I've heard.
I did hear you like that pick.
If he had anyone else in his flex, I probably feel good about Broach, but I don't know what Gibson's going to do.
That's what I looked at. I was looking at who would counter Tim Patrick's 2.6.
Yeah. So
Hopefully, multiple people on this team.
I'm going to take Ryan because of that. I don't trust Gibson.
All right. I'm going to make a prediction on Tua then, since I've talked about him a lot.
Is Tua the reason you picked Broach? Because Kamara would have been the reason I would have picked Broach. I can see Kamara having
Honestly,
a good
even
game.
I think his receivers might outscore yours, Ryan, with Tim Patrick putting 2.6 there. I feel like his
Yeah.
receivers
Bless you.
will. The running backs could be close, but I feel like after that, you probably
Well,
go-
Tim Patrick would have been in my flex, but
Yeah.
since he played on Thursday night, I moved him up to the wide receiver
so
3
you had more.
instead of Debo.
Write this down.
I've already got JT Tua, and you
3
stop.
passing touchdowns, 2 to Gesicki,
How many yards? You can ballpark it.
270.
Around 270. And I'll give you 50 to 80.
Okay.
We doing odds over here?
No, I'm just giving a little gap.
Around 270. My main thing is 3 touchdowns, 2 of them to Gesicki.
Okay.
I feel good about that.
In the rain.
Yeah.
Don't forget.
They ain't got to throw it downfield.
Yeah, but you get some monsoons in Miami.
Well, let me take
Miami
the forecast.
Monsoons.
So the forecast is scattered thunderstorms with a
Oh,
high of
oh.
820.
Petey gets involved and they got to change their team name. That's what it'll become.
Now, yeah, give me that. I feel good about that.
That was a dolphin sound, by the way. Nobody
What's our-
touched him.
What's our next matchup? Did you pick Ron? Did you pick Ron?
No, I put Broach. I haven't. I didn't say it, but I did say
So
it.
2-2.
2-2.
All right. So what's the third? Is our third matchup?
Third matchup, we got Scorp v. Jordan.
All right. So we got 2v3 matchup. The original projection 111 to 125. Live projection a little bit closer to 118 to 123. Scorp had Javonte Williams go on Thursday night with 14.2 and Noah Fant for Jordan 6.4. That trade is paying off right now for Scorp.
That's a good trade.
Good trade.
He was kind of put in a position where he kind of had to start Javonte Williams since everybody on his team, on his bench, is on bye.
If you have to start a guy and he gets you 14,
Then that's a pretty good week.
You live with that 9 times out of 10.
And that 10th time, he's probably made a mistake.
Right.
So both teams are hurt by the bye. Scorp a little bit more than Jordan. Jordan is missing Justin Herbert and Keenan Allen, but he's got Tom Brady.
I was
So
about to say,
he
I
hasn't
don't think he
started
started Herbert all year.
Yeah,
Has
that's exactly.
he's been
right.
trying to shop him.
Yeah, but for ridiculous.
I'm going to be
offering.
shopping.
But he has been starting Keenan Allen. So
Jordan be shopping.
He picked up A.J. Green, I guess, to probably start in his place. The way it looks, at least.
Still has Derrick Henry.
Still
I'm
has Derrick Henry.
disappointed he didn't change his team name for this week.
Yeah.
Maybe he still respects Sean Herbert. Jackson Mahomes doesn't.
They could have gone with the Dwayne Johnson reference.
Huh?
Because he always been going counter.
Oh,
We
okay.
talked about
I
that
get it
earlier.
now.
Yeah.
I get it now. I was off. The super glue started to come off my hands, and I've been kind of paying attention to that.
How old are your fingers now?
This is about 45.
Oh, getting younger.
Benjamin Button disease.
Is that a disease?
Yeah.
That's what they
I
call
don't
it.
think they name it Benjamin Button disease, though, do they?
I don't know.
Everybody know what it meant.
It's a good record.
Brian's
Popular
got
movie. Never seen it.
So
That's Lou Gehrig's disease.
what are you interested to see in this matchup?
It's ALS, but
I'm interested to see what Derrick Henry does against KC because KC's defense is
So
terrible.
he's got his running backs going against each other.
Right.
Henderson has a big week this week.
Henderson-
Probably the third best running back points this week.
All right.
Okay,
Put
top
that
three
down. I
running
like
back.
that. Derrick Henry, is he going to be number 1?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It's going to be insane. You're going to see one team. It's going to be a high
So
scoring
you
game.
think 2 out of the top 3 running backs are in this matchup?
Or in this matchup. Yeah, absolutely.
Write it down.
Tennessee's going to run the football, and it's not like it's going to take time off the clock. I mean, he's just going to break it for 60, 70 yards every time. And then Kansas City's just going to have to throw it down the field to win.
So does Derrick Henry set the game rushing record? In
No,
this?
that's not.
Yeah, I was going to see how bold you.
is it still Adrian Peterson against the
296
Chargers?
yards.
Is that still the game against the Chargers?
I think Henry's.
Somebody step their game up. I
If
don't wanna
anybody's
be
going to do it, it's
negative
going to be
on
Henry.
Yeah, I agree.
That was his rookie year, right?
Yeah, it was.
That speaks to
Went
how good
downhill
Peterson
on
was,
that.
though. Because Henry's just a mammoth man. Peterson, I mean, he was stout. He was a big guy, but he was doing what Henry does.
Yeah, because Derrick Henry's size played defensive tackle
Yeah.
Right.
when
Yeah.
Adrian Peterson got drafted.
Yeah.
If fullback was still a big thing, like if it was
Oh.
still a primary position, in
Pat
football,
Ricard for the Ravens is 300 pounds.
Right.
Fullback.
would Henry be a fullback, or do you think somebody would have actually boldly gone?
So, hey,
fullback?
you can
Yeah,
still
you-
run a
you ever,
4
you, ever,
5.
you ever seen that? You ever seen the high school tape from Derrick Henry?
Oh yeah, it's sad, man.
Yeah,
It's
that's making him run
fun
back.
to watch.
It
those
is
highlights.
fun. They might have made him a quarterback.
Those
Just get his
poor
balls in
kids.
his hand. Seriously, dude, it's like
We're
he's playing
wasting a guy just to hand it off to him. Why don't we just put an extra blocker in front of him?
Yeah, dude, seriously.
You remember we used to always talk about you like rec basketball, where you'd have to rec sports, where you'd have to go up an age group because the parents would complain.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think Derrick Henry's, like the kids playing in Derrick Henry's age group, did he have to go up to play
Where
with
do you
high
think
school?
he go?
I never held on. I just thought we were shaking hands.
Okay. What about it?
Do you think like people?
Do you think enough parents went to his Jeff Tuttle and yelled to
Yeah.
make him move up? Yeah, that's what they did to
But
me.
what age group did they have to go to where it was okay for him to play against him?
2 years.
D2?
I mean,
D-
I've seen
D3?
tapes of him as a freshman playing varsity, and it wasn't close.
Yeah.
It's a little bit better, but it wasn't close.
You look at his like high school rushing stats, and it's stupid.
Did you see the kid that was at the game last week or 2 weeks ago broke his high school rushing?
Yes, I
Had
did.
one
see-
arm or one
Yes,
hand or
what?
something.
Good
That's-
for him. I'm
No,
proud
that
of
is
us for
good.
bringing that up on this podcast.
Yeah, because we were very politically correct on this podcast.
That-
Okay.
Apparently. Oh my God. I'm going to talk about this for years.
Good. Spread awareness.
Khalil Herbert may get the
No
start
means no, Brian.
for Chicago, considering that Damian Williams is still on the COVID list, so he may get that start. Khalil Herbert looked good last week too, so that could be in favor of Scorp right here. He had 18.2 points last week.
And this is the first game for Goddard with no Ertz.
Yeah, first game for Goddard with no Ertz, so Goddard's only projected at 8.4.
That's
Oh,
because Philly's offense is just
Yeah, but they're
no
throwing it
throw it a lot.
85
but
times
it's
a
just
game.
so unpredictable. Like they've been throwing it, but now they get rid of one of their tight ends. They might just start running the ball 20 times
JT
with
hopes.
Kenneth Gainwell.
JT doesn't hope.
If they run it with Boston Scott, I'll be all right. I'll live with it.
Overrated.
No, he's the best third string running back in the league, maybe.
I don't know. Dearness Johnson's making a hell of a case.
Oh, he's
Johnson,
second
fellas.
string now.
He might be, dude. Doesn't.
Just one of them's on the ear.
You think they trade Hunt? They're not going to trade Nick Chubb. They're going to trade him.
No,
I think
they're not
Chubb
going
and-
to sit as a
I
third
think
string.
Chubb
running
and
back.
Johnson's skill sets are very similar. They don't
Yeah,
have
that's-
that pass catcher.
Yeah.
If
So
Marlon Mack's picking up traction, you put Hunt's name out there for a trade.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah,
But
right.
he's on IR, so.
Ear.
Ow! Ow! All right, so who you taking in this matchup?
I haven't even been looking.
I'm gonna call it an upset. I'm gonna go Scorp.
An upset?
Mm-hmm.
It's
He
5
is.
points.
So, so
Yeah, still an
Yeah,
upset,
but-
and it's a rankings upset
yeah.
in the standings.
He's got
No,
you
it's
twice
not.
now.
Scorp's ahead of Jordan.
Scorp's
Is he?
2.
Oh.
Is he?
They're both
Oh.
at 4 and 2.
I call it a victory either way. Scorp.
All right, taking
Did-
Scorp.
I'm taking Giordano.
Why are you taking Jordana? Because it was Mike.
Well, because he
Uh,
makes everyone have their worst week.
Mike
Brady
Slade.
and Hopkins, and there's one of his running backs is pretty good.
And Mark Andrews is playing well. That's why I'm going to take Jordan as well.
Hunter Winflow and Derrick Henry. Book it.
For what?
Those two combined
Vacation.
get 40.
2 of them.
Renfro gets 6.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take Jordan here as well. If they're playing on a full week, like week with no buys, I would take Scorp. But he's got new quarterback in. He's having to start Devonta Smith, Christian Kirk, who aren't usually in his starting lineup. Having to start Khalil Herbert. I'm not saying those are bad, but just a very different team. And I like Derrick Henry.
Take Scorp.
Yeah, I took Andrew.
Okay.
I like Derrick Henry for about 200 yards.
Why are you making that face?
Yeah.
Like, that used to be bold, like, I don't know, a year and a half ago. Now, if we say Derrick Henry's going to get 200 yards, like, also right around his projection.
Yeah, I don't think that's bold at
It's
all.
not bold at all anymore.
About 300 yards.
That's bold.
Put it down.
That's never been
Derrick
done.
Henry for 300 yards.
Why didn't you just say break the single game? Why
What do you mean, why?
Why didn't you just say break the
You
single
really
game?
think it's realistic he goes 300 this week?
Have you seen the man?
Yes, I've seen him. How many times did he go for 300 yards in a game?
None.
Is he
All
better
right,
than Tyson Williams?
Okay, so
What's the most he's had in a game?
most of that again.
I said not.
Yeah, just look at it.
248.
yards that
I'm sure he's eclipsed 250.
What's the guess?
Henry.
Mine's 248.
I'll
What's
say
the guess?
253.
In a
Okay.
game.
237.
250.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're right there. Yeah.
What's the number?
250.
I thought it was
Oh,
a
that's
guess.
how much you.
No, that's the number. That's the
So
number.
it's 2 yards off.
When did you do that?
Oh, God, just closed it, Brian.
That's not my
Control
fault.
Shift T.
Control Shift T.
Wow. I learned something new too.
Look at this.
Dude.
So this man makes money, he does.
Um,
Completely irrelevant to his job.
No, it's not. It's very useful.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Control Shift T. I gotta remember that.
And you can do it when you close the browser, too.
We should record it somehow.
Week 17 of last
Fuck,
year
nigga.
against Houston, 34 carries, 250 rushing yards,
Last
2
year?
touchdowns. Yep.
Against Houston.
He put up like 200 in the first round of the playoffs.
He's put up 250, 238. He's put up 215, 212, 211,
And we're only
195.
And those have been
So
this
he's
year.
got 5 200-yard games.
Yeah.
Give me Derrick Henry for 300.
All right.
Already did.
All right.
Is
Next
he better than
matchup.
Tyson Williams, though? You didn't answer that.
Ryan.
You're
the only one at this table.
I agree
that
Kansas
compares
City's
to-
defense is bad. It's not giving up 300 yards bad. Are they the worst defense in the league this year?
Probably.
No.
They're one of the worst rush defenses in the league this year because Chris Jones hasn't played in the last 2
I
weeks.
don't know, man.
But their team
But, I mean,
is never
it's
down that
triple
much to where a team can run that much. But also, they haven't played Tennessee yet.
Who you going with?
I already picked Jordan. I'll
You
pick on the
you
next
went
pick.
Jordan?
You went
And
Jordan.
you went Jordan?
Yeah.
Derrick Henry's got 300 yards. Yeah, I'm picking Jordan.
I'll celebrate with you on Tuesday, Scorp.
All right. Next matchup.
Next matchup,
Should be
Bryan versus Rightmyer.
Rightmyer.
This is going to be interesting. So the original projection, live projection, pretty much the same. Melvin Gordon scored a little over, I guess, 1.5 points more than his projection at 10.2. So this is going to be pretty interesting.
Sam Darnold outscores Joe Burrow.
All right, put it down. Interesting, because Bryan is not starting a defense. Walk us through your
You had
thought
no one to
process.
drop. Did you?
There's nobody on my bench that I'm willing to drop for a week. And worst case scenario, I lose this week. Probably sitting in third, no worse than fourth.
So you could
I
have.
thought about doing that too, bud. My question was, why didn't you put Barkley in your IR now and move a defense in there?
Yeah, well,
Did they put him on that
He
one?
just
No,
officially
he's
got
out.
out.
yeah.
you can
So
move him
now you can move an hour and pick.
He's
up-
been doubtful or
Yeah, so you got a
questionable
free
all week,
roster
so you can
spot.
do it now, Brian.
I know you could put him in their IR if they were just out. I thought they had to be on IR to do it.
Because you look at the other side and he's got Gronkowski's out on his IR. Right meow.
Yeah, but I
It
don't know if
doesn't
it's
have to
gonna
where I can put him in IR.
because you have Landry. You're gonna have to move Landry.
Oh,
out.
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah. But can you move Landry out since he's already played?
No.
But you still have one other IR spot, or you just have an illegal roster.
I guess
No, you don't have an illegal roster. I don't know.
Who's in
Yeah,
your
I guess you
IR?
would.
Landry who
Landry.
played.
Oh, because Landry you couldn't make, he can't do an ad
You
drop.
could do it next week.
Yeah, because,
Yeah, because you can't make an ad drop if you've got somebody
yeah,
that's able to play in your IR.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so you're not starting a defense.
Mm-mm.
Okay. That does make this pretty interesting.
Very.
But if you would have done that before,
I don't think,
Wow.
was Saquon already ruled out?
no, Saquon was ruled out and Landry was probably upgraded to questionable, so you'd have had to make him out. So, yeah, you were
Yeah, I mean, you were kind of,
Turn the line.
rocking a hard place.
You really,
Yeah, I'm
you're
good with
right
it.
there in the middle.
I stand by it either way. I'll be
Okay.
fine.
What about Sterling Shepard? He's questionable. I've heard.
I heard he's
mixed
questionable
things.
leaning to play though.
Okay, let's see what they say right here.
They
Something
desperately
set back on
need him to play.
Thursday. It says status truly up in the air.
But is Slayton going to play? Because I think they've got like 5 wide receivers out with Slayton and Shepard up in the air.
Let me find out.
Because they might be starting Colin Johnson, the big tall dude that went to Texas. Is it second year, third year?
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm your go-to guy when it comes to Texas.
And me and you talk about Texas.
Yep.
Listed as questionable. Slayton sounded ready ahead of Sunday's 1 p.m. game against Carolina.
Oh, okay.
So he may play. Okay. There's that. Oh,
There is
I think
that.
I lost something.
Almost.
Control trip, yeah. Control shift T. Oh, that's just taking me back to Darius Slayton. Take me back. All right, I gotta get back to it.
That only works if you close the tab.
Yeah,
not if you
I did.
Click back.
I did. All right, I'm back to it. All right, I'm good. Tyler Lockett, he's projected at 11.6. Dude, I don't really know what to expect from Lockett. Just considering mainly his quarterback play. He had those 2 huge weeks to start off the season with 24 and 27. Since then, his best game's been 8.2. When
No Russell Wilson
You can't
connection.
expect them to really have a turnaround game yet.
does he reach his projection?
No.
I don't know. Just because if they throw it underneath, he might get some out of the slot. But I don't see him.
Does
He
Lattimore,
reaches it. He doesn't exceed over 12. Like if that was our number, I'd probably bet under.
Let's talk about this Sills Jones real quick.
does Lattimore shadow Metcalf in that matchup?
Probably.
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
All right, what do you want to talk about with Seals?
He's probably been on 4 teams in the past 3 weeks. I picked him up, was going to stash him, and ended up having to drop him because I had too many guys on bye.
Tight end's hard to feel, man. Tight end's hard to
yeah,
feel, so
and
especially
I mean,
right
I think
now.
I've started Seals Jones in my daily fantasy the last 2 weeks, though.
I don't think he's a huge game guy. I think that 13 is probably going to be the peak for him this year.
He has to score.
But I think he's solid filling guy.
Well, they're gonna have to throw a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Antonio Gibson. Thought about him. They're gonna be playing Green Bay. Probably going to be down. They're going to have to throw.
Yep.
He could be a benefactor of that.
He could be getting the other portion of the 50% of the throws that are not going to Terry McLaurin.
He could.
I think Parker's a good start this week too. He'll beat that basically 10-point projection.
Why do you think that? Because Tua's good?
Yeah, somebody needs to pick him up. Anybody got Tua?
Somebody's got to it.
What do you think about that?
I like to it.
Is that a good pickup?
Good pickup.
Indeed, quite right. The Rams defense going against Detroit might be.
Rams don't get that projection.
Do they outscore your defense?
Yes, by a good margin. Yeah, I think Goff has a good week this week.
Against LA,
Yeah.
really. Revenge game. Is that what it is?
I think Swift has more receiving yards than rushing yards.
Okay.
Is that Gummit Brown?
Yeah, those aren't bold predictions. You don't have to put those down as bold predictions.
that's
I'm
pretty
just-
bold.
Just speaking of that.
Gotta put it down. I also like Aaron Jones in this matchup too, though. Cause
Yeah,
again,
Aaron Jones.
Like
Yeah.
that Washington Green Bay
Well,
game.
I don't know, man.
It could be a
Ron
good
Rivera
game.
likes going against really good quarterbacks, and Ron Rivera's defense has always performed well against good quarterbacks.
Except for this year.
Let's see who they play.
Because
Fix your noggin.
They got blown up for 397 yards by Mahomes.
There's nothing you can do about him.
Okay.
Like 300 yards to Herbert.
They played Buffalo week
I said
3.
not excellent.
Josh Allen went off like
He
298.
falls in that excellent category.
Those are the only good quarterbacks they played this year.
Yeah.
Because they played Jameis, Matt Ryan, Daniel Jones, the other ones. I wouldn't say those are good
Matt
quarterbacks.
Ryan's a good quarterback.
He's won an MVP.
Middle of the road.
Middle of the road, kind of like Deadpool.
That's what we call full circle.
Matt
fellas.
Ryan Reynolds.
That's pretty good. I didn't think about that.
I know.
Who you taking in this
What about
matchup?
saving pivot Matt Ryan?
Nah, I don't like that as much.
I got to go Rightmyer
Won
this week.
championship with it.
Going Rightmyer?
Yeah, I do.
All right, taking Rightmyer. Give me Bryan.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton.
I mean, it's a close matchup. Taking the underdog.
Thank you.
The first placed underdog.
Yeah.
I'm a man down. I'm 11 men down.
You're a Buffalo
The
dude.
Actually,
week-
more than
the
that,
weekend's
you
just starting.
Actually, more than that because you got special teams.
You got the DST. That's 11 fellas.
It's
And then
29.
another
22
11
man
fellas.
down.
That's 22.
Again. Weekend's
So,
just
yeah,
starting.
give me Bryan. Jake?
Yeah, this one's tough. Like, I think Bryan wins about every category, but defense. But
All right.
is that a big enough to make me switch?
Could somebody give me a projection or prediction on points for Patterson this week?
Does he outscore the wide receiver that he's matched up against?
Yeah.
Teehee?
Thank you.
Yes. I like Patterson for about 14.
I'll write that down.
Nah, you ain't got to write that down.
I'm gonna take Bryan
Taking Bryan.
just because I think I just don't trust Rightmyer's receivers right now.
I think Mike Davis.
See, he had like 5 last week. Lockett hasn't looked very good. Maybe the Tennessee-Kansas City game turns into a shootout, but he spreads the ball so much outside of Kelsey and Hill. Like, maybe it's Harvin's game, maybe it's not. Like, I don't know.
McCole Hardman is hard to project,
Yeah.
dude.
Does Parker have the same role within offense with Waddle emerging? Like,
I mean,
Waddle.
Hardman last week, because Tyreek Hill did get banged up or whatever like that, he came out for that 5 minutes at the end of the first half, 5 minutes at the beginning of the second half. But then the whole second half, for the most part, Hill was only in there for third downs for the most part. So Hardman got a lot more play and a lot more targets last week. But I got T. Higgins 60-plus yards and a touchdown.
oh,
Okay.
okay.
So you taking
I'll take Rightmyer.
Rightmyer?
Yeah.
All right. So we
2-2.
got 2-2 split there. 2-2 split. Good deal. All right.
Which leads up
To the matchup of the week.
The matchup of the week.
Matchup of the week is Code of Personality versus Heinz 57 Sauce. 7v8 matchup.
Does he change his team name?
No, huh? I hope not.
You know what that
He
means,
don't
right?
have no high no more.
Sauce 57. Just put that. All right, so
It's good for chicken.
let's figure out.
Steak sauce.
It's zest.
All right, so
I'll do
Jake,
the
keep a running
calculations.
total in your head. We'll go
My
position
phone
by
is
position.
now off.
We'll go position by position, and
I'll add them
Look.
up.
we'll
I'll
look
add
at
them
it.
up.
I got it in my head, Brian, but okay.
All right, so Pat Mahomes versus either Lamar or Jalen Hurts. Who's he taking there? Lamar? I'm thinking Lamar.
What's that?
28. That's the highest projected quarterback he has out of the two.
Okay.
So Lamar versus Cincinnati or Mahomes versus Tennessee. Who you got in that?
Mahomes. We just talked about him.
I'm gonna take Lamar.
I'm gonna take Mahomes in that just because I think they got to throw.
I'm taking Mahomes. I mean, the best way to keep Henry.
Are
off
we
the field-
boring you, sir?
Somewhat.
I'm gonna tell you, this podcast, there's been a big drop off in energy.
Yeah, because you expended all of it.
You sucked up all the oxygen.
yeah, he did. That's not the only thing he sucked up.
All right,
I'm
so
not.
receiver
Fran
group.
over here was getting involved and just took it all out of me. Yeah.
Receiver group, we got DK Metcalf, Brendan Cooks, Julio Jones, who is questionable, so that may get swapped. Maybe Jalen Waddle instead.
Waddle.
Michael's receivers are going to be Devontae Adams, 19.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on.
Calvin Ridley, 14. And then I would imagine Jacoby Myers at, we'll say 13.
Mhm.
So,
Oh, that's a touchdown plus however many yards it gets, I guess, right?
yeah.
I'm right. Roll that.
So,
Roll them top boys.
Devontae, Calvin, Jacoby Myers versus DK, Brendan Cooks, Julio Jones. I'm taking Michael on that.
I'm taking Michael on that.
I'm taking Michael on that.
All right.
Round it up.
Rounded up the wide receivers.
All right, running backs. We got Josh Jacobs, Miles Sanders, and Chuba Hubbard
Michael Carter.
or Devonta Freeman, one of the two.
Oh, yeah, Devontae. Let's
Yeah,
throw
'cause
Devontae in there. Cause,
Murray's out,
yeah.
right?
Murray.
All right, so
Present.
Chuba, Devontae versus Jacob Sanders.
Can you give me some numbers so I can continue to do my calculations? Even though
Chuba 13, Devontae 10. Okay. All right. So who you taking in that?
I don't like either one of them.
Yes. I'd say wash.
Wash?
Can
Yeah.
you do that?
No, that's not how matchup of the week works.
I like the emergence of Carter coming off a bye. But he's going against New England, so that doesn't help him.
Was he going to start Carter or is he going to start Freeman?
And he's not even starting him. So.
We don't know.
I don't know. Freeman against Cincy, he looked good. He got a touchdown last week. So
All right. Josh Jacobs and Miles Sanders both have a touchdown.
Oh,
If I had to pick a side, I'm
Way to
going
go,
to Jacob's
bold.
side.
Well,
Way to go,
all right,
bold.
all right. Josh Jacobs scoring a touchdown isn't. But Miles Sanders scoring a touchdown?
Way to go,
Man,
bold.
that dude ain't got a
When
touchdown.
he scored a touchdown, he looked good.
He ain't got a touchdown. And you said 2 weeks ago Jonathan Taylor scores his first touchdown, and that was a bold prediction. So I'm going Miles Sanders.
So take that, Funky Cat.
Yeah.
Y'all
Pin
just
a rose
gave
on your nose.
And you said,
we were all here for it.
Yeah, but I'm saying both of them score.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Yeah.
take my running backs because both of them are gonna score.
yeah.
All right, JT's saying that. I'll take JT's running backs.
Oh, okay. there we
Illinois
go.
and Penn State went to 9 overtimes.
No.
We missed that.
Illinois upsets number 7 Penn State 20-18
Thank
after 9 overtimes.
20-18 in a 9-overtime game.
They weren't scoring in those overtimes, I'm guessing.
Or they weren't scoring in regulation, and all they were doing was
Well,
kicking field goals.
Yikes.
All right, who y'all taking that?
Back to you, Josh.
I'm already taking my running backs.
Did y'all?
Yeah, I took
Yeah,
Sanders.
I'm
Jacobs.
in Wash. I said if I had to pick, I'm picking you.
Okay. Waddle versus.
Waddle.
Or did you skip tight ends? Tight
Oh, I
ends.
did. Hawkinson versus
Hawkinson.
Zach Ertz.
Hawkins.
Ooh.
Zach
That's
Ertz.
pretty interesting.
I'm going to take Ertz this week.
Hawkinson.
What's the points on Ertz?
6.
All right.
I'm gonna take Hawkinson.
I'm going to take
Because
Hawkinson revenge game.
I'm gonna
You're
take Ertz.
right. You're saying that Goff's gonna have a good game.
Yep.
And you don't know the offense yet.
Who, Goff?
No, Ertz.
Yeah,
Ertz,
Ertz is
yeah,
a
yeah.
professional.
He is.
I agree, but I mean, I think it's
I don't
limited
think
snap
Houston knows
count.
the defense either, to be fair.
This might not throw it enough. I'm gonna take Hawkinson because they're gonna have to throw.
Because
They-
Hawkinson.
he's the second best tight end in football.
So
I'm
you-
going to keep saying this until it's true. It might be 7 years down the road, but
All right. So flex Waddle versus.
Waddle.
Ooh, this could be Michael Carter. This could be Robbie Anderson. It could be Rondale Moore. All of them right around 9.
I'll just pick Waddle just to make it simple.
Yeah.
We'll take Waddle as well. I think he'll have the other of Tua's
Of the
touchdowns.
third touchdown from Tua.
I think my team's going to score some touchdowns, just not receiver wise, other than
No,
one.
you said that last week with my team.
What?
That there was going to be, I think it'd be like 3 guys scoring touchdowns.
Okay.
None of them. As a matter of fact, that's the least.
Oh
amount of
yeah, I went
touchdowns I've had
reverse
in a week.
psychology. Man, now I'm doing regular psychology.
Dude, and you're killing your team.
I know,
right now.
dude.
You're
They're
doing
gonna be
this week.
awful.
All right, I know who to pick.
I'm
You know,
picking
pick
Michael.
Picking Michael.
Arizona.
But as he just counteracted it by picking Michael. Oh, now
That is reverse psychology.
But if
You
pick-
just did reverse psychology without doing reverse psychology.
It's full circle.
So reverse.
Man.
But can you do reverse psychology on reverse psychology to make it regular psychology? Or
That should be redundant.
2 lefts don't
You
make a
should be
right.
teaching-
You know what 2 rights make?
I'm really
You
proud.
should be teaching classes.
I'm really proud of this table right now.
hey, this is a microcosm of our entire group here of the 10. Of the 10, I might be the least proud of you.
Defense.
Out of the 10, I'm the least proud of you today, buddy. I'm going to tell you that right now.
All right,
What's the
Arizona
defenses?
defense, and it's going to have to be the Jets defense versus New England.
What's the Jets putting up?
8.56.
So around, say 9. I round. I don't like decimals.
I'll round
What's
too.
your
I need to work
projection?
out.
14.
114?
No, wait, huh?
What's your
121 to
Oh, my.
124.
124.
It should be about 122.
It's 121.
Around there. Good call.
Jake's good.
Really good with my calculations.
He's good with calculation.
I actually did the decimals, so that's why mine rounded up. I'm not,
I rounded it. He rounded up on all of
It was
them.
like one.
I rounded up or down depending on the decimal.
It was
You
like
know, if it's
118-ish.
5 or over, you're supposed to round up. If it's less than 5.
Yeah, we know how
Thank you,
round
Daddy.
decimals work.
Well, I was just reminding y'all.
All
In
right.
case y'all
Fine.
forgot.
I'm going to
All
go
right.
with you this week.
Okay, bold strategy. See
I'm
how it works
I'm
out.
going with Trogdon.
Bold strategy. See how it
Because
works
the
out.
green line says he has a 99% chance of winning. So
It is tough to go against the green line.
I'm going Trogdon because of that.
I'm going Michael. If you'd have had CMC, tip the scales that way. But
Thank you.
Didn't have a trade go your way that you were willing to trade?
No, I've only had one sent to me.
Who was it?
Physically or verbally?
Physically. Oh, yeah, it was sent to me physically.
Ryan?
Through the internet. No.
no.
It was Jordan.
Did we say he was going to be the first one to send you one?
I think that's what we said.
And let me
They didn't give
guess.
you counter
It
offer?
was Herbert in there as well.
No, Herbert was not in there.
Well, then who the heck?
I'm trying to think who he sent me. Give me Mike.
Was it Hilaire? Because he had the hour.
No, it was Noah Fant.
He's offered everyone Noah Fant. What an idiot.
Noah Fant.
Easy.
No one wants Noah
And-
Fant, Jordan.
I gotta see who. I think it was somebody.
Taking it.
Might have been somebody that he dropped.
So he offered you Fant and a drop player.
Maybe. Hold on. Let me
It
look.
doesn't matter.
Who's the centerpiece of the trade?
I guess
Coming back.
Noah.
I guess he was trying to say it was Noah Fant.
Chase Edmonds?
Who else did he see?
You don't even have to use it.
I do. I'm just trying to throw a bone out
Joe
there.
Mixon.
Throw me a freaking bone.
Jake, you only have 3 running backs now if you're trading for one that's on IR.
Yeah.
You got bye weeks coming up. Just letting you know.
I can add and drop. I got 4 running backs.
You told me before the podcast started.
Yeah, I forgot I got Johnson.
Oh, you did pick up.
I don't know who it was.
It's very easy for Jake to forget he's got
It was
Johnson.
Noah Fant and somebody. I can't remember though.
Do you not save your emails?
Save emails? No, Ron.
I've got a fantasy sports folder in my email.
I don't save emails. Just like I don't save the notebook from every class we've taken.
Y'all check your emails?
I've got an entire filing cabinet of them.
Maybe Hunter Renfro? Maybe it's Renfro.
I know
Fant?
that's not the real trade. All right,
Renfro
I'm
Fant
voting
for
for
CMC.
Brian to kick Jordan out of the league next year.
Might have been
That's
that.
2.
Might have been Ruggs.
Problem is, Jordan's
Don't matter.
Jordan's now a part of the burden.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, him being there the last 2 years did make it a little bit more awkward. I mean, we still did it.
It's tradition for me to try and kick him out of the league.
All right, any closing thoughts?
Send in a trade for CMC right now.
I've got so many closing thoughts, but very few are related to fantasy football.
Okay. You send me a trade for CMC, I'll look at it. I might take it.
I've already told you what
I
it's going
need
to be.
to I need to win some games.
You need 2?
You Tua?
We're back.
No, we're
Nah,
not.
I don't want to. I don't like Tua as much on my team. I like
That's
him
very
better
much
than
an uphill
Stinks.
climb, sir.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
from,
Molly said it's about the climb, though.
from all of us here at the Fantasy Football 5,
Are you trying to close this off? You don't want us to keep conversating?
I mean, we're sitting at probably 2.5 hours now.
Are we really?
Yeah. We had a 20-minute intermission. For what?
Laugh
Laughing
track?
boy.
Him?
You.
It's not my fault. Wait a minute now. That is not my fault.
Sorry for taking pride in my balls.
All right. Well,
Left wing
your
Larry
balls.
over here is the reason that we ended up having that
all right,
break.
we'll see you guys next week.